Did you ever find a chair? All right, Saturday. All right, what are we? Saturday night. It's not Saturday night. Monday night baseball. Welcome, Cashion Wildcats TV production of Cashion Wildcat Baseball 2023, live from beautiful Cashion, Oklahoma. Sunny, beautiful, warm Cashion, Oklahoma, where we've got Monday afternoon baseball as the Wildcats, number 8th ranked in the state in Class 2A, will be taking on the Union City Tigers. Class A, number 18, 11, and 3. I'm Neiman Bobby. Joining me up here in the palatial press box of Beitler Field is my man Mike Shaline. Mike and I have come off of a weekend of baseball and softball, and we're back here, and we're glad to be back here, aren't we?
Absolutely. Loving it. This is the best press box ever.
It is. It's not even close. Also joining us is our man Dirk Phippen. Dirk, are you unmuted? Dirk is staying off the camera.
I am unmuted.
Uncensored and unmuted.
We love our
I'm the guy behind the scenes.
DP. Well, Dirk Phippen, of course, we're at home, and we've only had 2 games prior to this, but Dirk is going to be another cornerstone for us here and bringing a whole lot of wisdom. And in fact, he's also got some interviews that we'll be broadcasting. We do have a junior high game right now as the Cashion Wildcats 7th and 8th graders taking on the freshmen from Union City. Right now they're up 5-2. We'll go ahead and bring it over to a little bit of live junior high game. Again, Wildcats doing well. Who's on the mound, Brooke? Rival. Rival's on the mound. Okay. A little shot up the middle there by the freshman from Union City. And that'll actually cut into the Wildcat lead. Big shout out to our man Kellen Smith, who had an absolute monster drive to left center. Kellen, who had a grand slam home run, I believe his first home run here I guess in Cashion, in the Cashion High School, I guess over the fence. I'm sure Nicky Joe will let me know, but he had a big one there in the Cashion Junior High tournament last weekend, and he had a big drive here. Wildcats hanging on 5-4. But Mike and Dirk, we've got a good one here. The Wildcats coming off of we'll call it an okay weekend. They go 3-1. They did not get their goals. Fell short, got the 3rd place win over Ardmore to bring back, again, a little bit of trophy from the Dibble Woodbat Classic. Dirk, did you have a chance to watch any of that at all?
I watched a little bit of it when I could. I've been chasing Gavin around up in getting very familiar with the state of Kansas. So we were up at Barton, and I watched some of it. Didn't catch a lot of it, but.
Yeah, so Wildcats, I think, did what they were supposed to do. Mike called it a great game against Ardmore. It was a 5-4 victory over Ardmore on Thursday night. Friday, we come back in the evening and had a tough one against Sterling, but came back and with the sun and nice. We talked about good vibes. Came back and a little less pressure. Came back and absolutely destroyed Lexington. Run ruled them 6-0, I believe. Wasn't that
10-0?
10-0, and then it was what was the score against Ardmore? Was it
8-0?
It was 8-0 run ruling. So, thoughts on those 2 games, Mike?
Man, it's like the sun came out and we decided, hey, it's a good day to play baseball, so we went out and played good baseball. But you got 2 great pitching efforts on that day. Derek threw a 1-hitter, Hunter threw a 2-hitter.
Right.
So I mean, good pitching always helps, but we found the bats a little bit as well. We got some help from the occasional walk, so that probably elevated the scores a bit. But no, when you're outscoring your opponents 18-0, it's always a good day.
Absolutely. So Wildcats come back, and the schedule doesn't get any lighter as Wildcats will be taking on Union City today right after the junior high game. In fact, we'll go back to the junior high game here right after this game is over with. And then nice pitch there by Rival. Then they have a game tomorrow that's now been moved from Edmond to home. So Cashion having to give up a game back to Calumet, get one back from OCA.
Right.
So Wildcats will be at home tomorrow night. First pitch 4:30 for varsity. JV to follow that game, correct?
Right.
No JV today because Union City's got about a 9-hour drive.
I would think so. With
Okay.
a 6:15 start, I would say no. I'm going to guess that OCA, they use Oklahoma Christian University's field. There was probably a conflict on the field, I would think, for the reason it's being moved back here. So,
most likely. But the Wildcats, going beyond that, this upcoming weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday will be the inaugural first annual Brexton Green Memorial High School Baseball Tournament. It was so awesome. What a great tribute Coach Mounts has put together here, and I know there's a lot of fine folks here in the community that are going to be supporting that, but the Wildcats will be hosting several teams from across the state, some good ones.
Absolutely.
Calumet will be coming back.
Yay.
Yes.
I don't
Fort
think
Cobb,
they're
which
gonna
is
play
ranked
them.
number 1 in Class B. The Mustangs will be here. We've always talked about Fort Cobb with a lot of respect. Lomega will be coming in, as well as Okarche. Dibble. So we didn't have a chance to play Dibble.
We did not.
They were on the opposite side of the bracket of us. We got to play. We were the 4 seed. We got to play Sterling and Ardmore.
Right.
So unfortunately, we may have a chance as they take on Alva, and the Wildcats will take on Verdon, and I believe that's Verdon, Verden.
It is.
The Tigers. Well, there's a lot of Tigers, aren't there?
There are.
I believe they're the Tigers as well. We'll be playing Verdon here come Thursday night at 6:30. Winner goes on to play Friday night at 6:30, and if things go by chalk and how we would hope they go, the Wildcats hopefully will see themselves in a 6:30 p.m. championship game, potentially against Fort Cobb,
Right.
Which would be fantastic.
Who I believe Fort Cobb Roxton, number 1
Yes,
in,
1B.
in Class B.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Undefeated, I think, in
Right,
fact.
and always solid. We went there a couple years ago.
Yep.
So, yeah, always solid baseball.
A little pop fly here right over right field. We got a charging Wildcat with the out, and that'll be it. It looks like Wildcat celebrating like they got a victory. 5-4 on the board right now. Let's see what happens. Are we shaking hands?
I think
We
everybody's
sure
coming out here
are.
to shake hands. So, nice game-saving catch out there.
All right, so you guys, appreciate you guys joining us. We'll have a little bit of warm-up here as the high schoolers will be coming out. We'll go to a quick timeout, but please come back here just literally in about a minute. We're going to have some great content from Dirk Phippen. Dirk does a great job getting interviews. He's got one with our lone senior, Preston Cotter, our home run leader, and RBI leader, Preston Cotter, and as well as a good interview with Coach Mounts. So hang tight. We'll be right back right after this.
Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape is not your ordinary pool builder. From traditional to exotic and anything in between, our staff offers paramount quality and service through the entire design and build process. We provide service to the entire OKC metro and surrounding towns. So relax, knowing our team is wholeheartedly committed to building a trusting and lasting relationship with you. Visit us on Facebook or give us a call today at 405-285-9729. Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
All right, welcome back to Lance Beitler Field in beautiful Cashion, Oklahoma. Neiman Abavi bringing you all action today as the Cashion Wildcats ranked number 8 in Class 2A, 8 in climbing, taking on the Union City Tigers, ranked number 18, and that's in Class A, I believe. But we've got Dirk Phippen here. Mike Schaline's going to be running downstairs to grab a little lineups. He does. Mike, by the way, while he's gone, I mean, again, I try to heap praises on Mike. He does a phenomenal job for us here. He has our stats, has everything compiled for us, has run the operation production, does a great job with play-by-play. So we've been very, very fortunate to have him. But we're fortunate to have my man, Dirk Phippen. Dirk, welcome.
Good to be here.
So before we get into the interviews, just quick thoughts. You've been watching. I know you've been following Gavin playing a little college baseball, but and visiting your beautiful family out in Chama, New Mexico. Love seeing them on Instagram and Facebook. Just maybe 2 or 3 things based on the Wildcats 13-4 this season.
Yeah, I think, you look at, you can look at Mike's numbers. Mike's got a great stat sheet here, but and then just watching in some of the games I've seen, I think the general theme continues to be that the pitching's very good. Unlike last year, and we'll talk about that a little bit in these interviews. Last year, 1 through 9, anybody could hit it out of the yard, and the offense was fantastic, and the pitching wasn't always there. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it wasn't. We had some injuries, but much different team, but we're winning with that team, so that's the goal, right? Is try to get back to the state tournament and bring something home this year. So, but yeah, speaking of that, I had a chance to catch up with Preston and Coach Mount. So I think we'll do Preston's first here. Great kid, just a great kid, and got a few minutes of his time. Really enjoyed catching up with him. So we'll play that for you now, and hope you enjoy. here with Cashion Senior, Cashion's only senior third baseman, Big Preston Carter, or as Nima would say, Mr. Carter. But no, Preston, hey, how's things going with the team? Talk a little bit about how things are going so far this season.
I think we're doing well. I think as we get deeper into the season, we're kind of becoming more of a team and kind of figuring things out. Got a bunch of new kids this year, a bunch of freshmen, and kind of all clicking together. And I think it's all just about the teamwork we can come up with to score the runs and have the defense we can have to get to our goal at the end of the year.
Yeah, hey, talk about that. Speaking of goals, obviously you guys want to get back, but, you know, as you guys set some team goals, what are we looking at there? What are you guys talking about? And let's talk about that for a sec.
Well, obviously the goal is to get back to the semifinals at least and maybe get to the finals and see if we can pull out a ring at the end of the year. It's going to be tough, especially if we see Silo, but, I mean, this is the year with this pitching staff so far. But, I mean, also game to game, we have a rule where we try to keep under the 3-3-3, so less than 3 errors, less than 3 strikeouts, then less than 3 walks. But, I mean, it's hard during a game, but that's kind of what we try and talk about and try and get all of us to just focus about. Just put the ball in play on the offensive side, get those runners before we can have someone else to come in and cross the plate for us, and then fielding, just back up your pitcher, always keep the pitch count down so we can be deeper throughout the week with how many games we've been playing so far. But, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, you talked about pitching. You know, last year you guys were such an offensive team. I mean, just power up and down 1 through 9. Anybody could take it out of the yard at any time. But the pitching wasn't always there. Sometimes it wasn't. This year you guys got a lot of good arms. Talk about that a little bit.
I mean, obviously Chance throw the crap out of the ball. He's been really consistent. The Broken Bow tournament, every pitcher we threw was, I mean, that was our best outing so far. Really, right now, we just have to keep everybody's arm healthy. I mean, we've been playing 15 games in the last 17 days after this week, and that's a lot of baseball and a lot of pitching and stress on our arms. But, I mean, we got 8 pitchers that can go out there and start a varsity game for us and do the job if we back them up. And a bunch of, Brody Nichols even, I mean, he's been coming up huge as a freshman. Cooper, I mean, everybody we have up there can go do the job to get the win. But that's about, for pitching, that's about it.
Hey, let's talk about you a little bit here. What are some of the things you're working on, whether it's things you're working on to get better or just, you know, kind of how your season's going in your mind, or maybe some things you're working on just individually?
Well, obviously I'm trying to be the leader on the team and keep everybody up if something goes wrong in the game. And just know that we're good enough to come back and beat what just happened. Personally, I'm just trying to work on sitting on the ball, let it travel, and hit some hard rockets anywhere on the field, basically for the hitting.
Yep. Well, you guys got Union City tonight, and the season's kind of, I know it goes quick, and I wouldn't say it's winding down, but you guys are probably 60-70% of the way through, maybe a little bit further than that. So, well, good luck tonight, man, and I appreciate you giving me a few minutes and stopping by, and good luck the balance of the season. And if we get, you know, as maybe if we get to a regional here, maybe you and I will do this again.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thanks, bud. Talk to you later.
All right, that was senior Preston Cotter. Great job, Dirk.
I enjoyed that. That was great. Enjoyed him, and, you know, they don't get any better than that kid. He's having a great season, and glad that his arms gotten a little bit healthy. We didn't really talk about that, and I don't think he necessarily wanted to because he didn't want any excuses. You know, the kid's just going out and playing hard and producing, and, you know, being the only senior, it's got to be tough. I mean, you know, so this team's got a bright future.
Absolutely.
For the balance of the season, and golly, next year you look at what they got coming back, and then they got some of the young kids that are in the J High. We just watched a little bit of that, so lots of good things to come. So
absolutely.
That was good.
Reloading for sure. Yeah,
definitely reloading.
Did you guys, Preston definitely they come as humble as they can. Did you get a sense in terms of just talking with them in general, in terms of like leadership being the only senior? Was that something that he felt like
Yeah.
more pressure about, or?
I don't know that he felt the pressure in doing it, but we talked about some of the things he's working on just individually, and that was one of the things he mentioned. Hey, he's the only senior. He's trying to step into that role after losing 6 seniors last year, and him being the only guy this year, and he's working on that. He's not a real outspoken guy, but he's going to speak up, but he's going to lead by example, and he's going to always do the right things, and just really looking forward to see what the balance of the season has for him. And then what he decides to do. I mean, I think he's kind of gone through some phases because he's definitely got the talent to play at the next level.
The kid absolutely nuked a wood bat ball.
Saw that.
Into the 30. We say 30-mile-per-hour gusts. Mike, it was 30 miles per hour in the teeth of that, and literally laced that thing. He absolutely. And I think you've always talked about his bat head speed. I mean, in terms of just
his exit velocity.
Exit velocity. Yeah.
Last summer we were at UCO, and he was like 108, which is, I mean. That's aluminum, but that's upper level college numbers, and the kid's got a ton of talent. Great glove, and there's 2 or 3 positions he can play besides third. So he's kind of, I think he's struggling with whether, I don't know if struggling is the right word, but I think he's
debating,
trying to is what's he want to do when his career's here is over with, but he's definitely got the talent and the skill to go do that. And he's taken some visits. It sounds like he's been to 2 or 3 places. So he loves the game, and he's going to work hard at it. So I'm excited to see what the future has for him.
I am too. All right, so let's take one small break. Let's go ahead and hit the interview with Coach Mounts, if that's okay. So let's take one quick commercial. Be right back here at CWTV.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
All right, welcome back to Cashion, Oklahoma, Lance Beitler Field here as the Wildcats, number 8 in Class 2A, 13-4. Taking on the number 18 Union City Tigers, 11-3 out of Class A. Appreciate you again, you guys joining us here. We've had a busy season. The Wildcats have already played 17 games this season. We have the most wins in Class 2A, tied with AMPO, and certainly stays pretty active as the Wildcats again play tonight, play tomorrow night at home against OCA, Oklahoma Christian Academy, and then back here again Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the inaugural Brexton Green Memorial High School Baseball Tournament. We just had a chance we brought Dirk in, had a nice little rundown with senior Preston Cotter. And Dirk, you've got Coach Mounts. You've been hanging out with Coach Mounts. What, has this been now this is year 7 of Coach Mounts here at Cashion?
Is it
right?
7 now? Yeah, that sounds right.
6, 7, no, 6, 7, 8. No, it's got to be more than that. Maybe.
It's 7 sounds about right. I'm trying to go back and do the math on my kid when he was in J High when Coach started. So there's 4, 6. This is 7.
Maybe 10.
Man, it's always more than you think. It always is.
We can do the math anyways. But you've seen Mounts grow. We had an absolutely garbage dump of a baseball field when he first came here. Cinder blocks. Now we're in this beautiful facility. We were talking about numbers. You talked about reloading. Absolutely. Wildcats would in 2020, if you asked Lee Woody, would have thought the Wildcats would have made state that year. They've been to state 2 years in a row. No letting down with this group, and it's not getting any less. So Coach Mounts has built himself something here in Cashion, Oklahoma. Yeah,
the cupboard is full, not just with facilities, but with talent, and is the ultimate measurement making the state tournament and winning games there. It probably is, and
I say it's worth a championship for a team that doesn't play twice a year to make it to state. I think that's even a bigger accomplishment.
Yeah, and if you go back, the year you were talking about with that group, because of COVID, that team had a ton of talent on it too. Probably would have been there as well. So this, we'd be looking at 4 years in a row potentially this year.
Yeah.
But we're looking at 3. It's been progress. We get there 2 years ago. We won a game last year. And ran into the ultimate state champion.
Silo's kind of a tough
both.
deal,
yeah.
Twice, two times in a row.
So it was a good conversation with him, and yeah, I think he realizes. I think he understands what he's got here, and so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys that like to be in this position for sure.
Absolutely.
So,
well, let's hear that interview, Dirk. Appreciate it, and you guys hang tight. We're pretty close here. Boys are warming up, so
yeah. So I had a chance to catch up with the coach here for about 5 minutes a little bit earlier today. There is I apologize. We had a slight interruption during the interview, but just bear with us on that if you would. And it was a good talk. We talked a little bit, kind of compared teams a little bit from last year to this year, and the differences in the two teams offensively versus defensively this year, and then kind of his goals for the season. So it was a good conversation. So we'll play that for you now.
All right, everybody. I'm here with head coach Blake Mounts of the Cashion Wildcats. And, Coach, let's talk about the season, how it's going, and maybe do a little comparisons to last year's group and then kind of where you're at, talk about maybe some of the goals. But if you would, just kind of summarize the season so far.
It's definitely a different team, kind of like what you hinted at. But it's going well. It's going well. We've played a tough schedule, and we've lost 4 games, but all those teams we've lost to have been really close, and we've been in the game, and they've been really good teams. 3 of those teams are top 5 teams, and another one's a high-quality 3A team. So we're right, kind of right where we want to be. I'd like to be playing our best ball towards the regional and state. So I think we're getting there. We're getting better each week. So that's.
I was just, before you and I sat down here, I was looking at some stats, and a couple things that just quickly jump out at me is some of the numbers on the pitching side of it. And I think that's maybe one of the big differences from last year's team and this year's team. Last year's team, you had 1 through 9. Anybody could hit it out at any time, and you could put 10 runs on the board or more. And pitching kind of came and went. But, man, when I look at the stats this year, there's some real, I like the whip, but I look at whip, and you're at 126. But you got some big-time numbers on the mound. You got some kids that look like they're doing well.
No, the pitching staff is it's a lot better than it was last year. The downside of that is that our offense is not what it was last year. It's been hard because it's making that adjustment. You got a different team. You got to play more defense. Let your pitchers work and find a way to scratch a few runs. Where last year you had 1 through 9. Those guys can all hit it out, and they can all run too. So that makes it easier. When you don't have to bunt last year, you could just steal a bag. You didn't have to give up an out. We had that all throughout the lineup. This year we don't have that. We're a lot slower, but we do have really good sticks at the top of the lineup. The bottom half of the lineup's starting to piece things together. They're getting better. You don't have the power that you did. You do in a few spots. You do in a few spots, but not 1 through 9 like you did. And the pitching staff, you had Gibby who was hurt last year, who's back in the mix. You got a great move-in and Chance, who can really throw it and got a good hook and a lot of velocity. And, of course, you had Cooper, who was your number 1 all last year, and he's back, and he's better than he was last year. And then, Derek, who's gotten better with everything, too. So you got a lot better pitching staff this year. You just don't have the offense that you did last year. So it's a different team. It's different. I don't want to say it's better or worse, but it's a different team, and it's a good team. You just got to manage it a little differently.
I got looking at your schedule, and it looks like, I know you try to do this every year, but, man, it seems like you're about 70% of the way already. You look up and you do the schedule, but you got some good teams coming up, good tournament coming up. What's that going to do for you to get you ready for postseason, which is right around the corner?
Yeah, the goal was scheduling this year is that we want to play as much ball as possible because we had the arms to do it this year. And then, we're at a disadvantage compared to those fall ball schools. They get twice as many games, twice as many practices. So we're trying to play as much as possible to get us ready for the postseason. And we're trying to play good teams. Our schedule's hard. We've played a lot of really good teams. We're trying to see good arms, and really we've seen everybody's about 1 or 2. I don't know if we've seen somebody's 3 yet. So I think it will pay off, or I'm hoping it will pay off in the long run playoff season.
Hey, another change from last year. You guys get out of district. No district play this year, and you're just back playing the schedule. And depending on the rankings, you guys are sitting at 6, right? No, you guys are sitting at 8 today, I believe. And with that schedule, the way it shakes up, or kind of shakes out towards the end of the season, if you guys keep doing your thing, that should take care of itself.
Yeah.
As far as the rankings go, and you guys getting a good seat in the regional, being able to host again, and then, hey, you've been there 2 years in a row. Maybe that's going to help you guys set things up to get back there again.
Sorry. No,
Which one?
Sorry, I lost track.
Yeah, no, we got distracted there, but we were just talking about district play compared to just the schedule versus,
I got you.
District. Right where things are going to go. Now you're kind of waiting to see. Obviously you guys are in the top 8, and I'm assuming you're going to stay there. You probably, you guys will probably climb up in the rankings by the time the season's over. So talk a little bit about that compared to last year, and what's your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I like the district play better because you don't leave it up to anybody else's opinion. We don't have that this year, which is fine. And then a lot of those fall ball schools have the fall to go off of. We played some teams early. We went down to Broken Bow and played some teams, and everything I heard is, well, we heard you guys lost everybody. Well, we did. We lost a lot of our lineup, but, the pitching staff got better. So, you can't go all across the state and see everybody and play everybody. So you got to kind of let those games develop and they can see the scores. And then, if we take care of business, like if we had some close games this week, and if we pull some of those out, let's say we win, I don't know, 2 of those 4 losses, then we may be up in that 5 or 6 range in the rankings. And we got some opportunities here down the road. We'll play a ranked team today. We'll play a few more ranked teams into this week, and then the following weeks. If we take care of business, I think that all should take care of itself.
Yeah, well, hey, we'll wrap this up. We're sitting up here a few minutes before game, so thanks for taking the time, and hey, good luck down the season. Maybe we'll do this again. Maybe we host a regional again, and we'll sit down and see where we're at then. Appreciate your time, Coach. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, that was Coach Mounts and my man Dirk Fippen bringing you a little knowledge, dropping stuff. It's good to hear Coach Mounts in that setting. A lot of times we're trying to catch Coach Mounts in between games and trying to yell at somebody to figure something out. So it's always good to kind of have him in a situation where he's sitting back and thoughtful in his approach. And there's nothing I would disagree. I mean, I would never fight the guy anyway. He'd whoop my butt. But nonetheless, a situation regarding where we're at and what's going on with the schedule. I complain all the time, like, man, we need a break. And I think maybe, Mike, that's just you and I that need a break. But it's a situation where the boys continue to grow and get after it. Dirk, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No,
I would just say one thing that, again, just based on Coach Mounts now versus maybe a few years ago, I mean, he has a strong grasp of what he has to do to get this team to a spot for playoff.
Yeah, he talked about that. I mean, like playing as much as possible as they can, and not just playing, but playing good teams. Because when you compare to, the schools in the fall that play, they're playing year round virtually for the most part, and trying to find a good tough schedule where your kids can improve. Go see good pitching, because that's what you're going to see from this point on in the schedule to the end of the season.
Right.
So trying to get those kids ready, but I think he was keeping it pretty close to the vest, to be honest with you. And that's one thing as I've noticed about him over the years. You were asking me about that, but I think he didn't say it, but I can tell. I think he's pretty excited about the fact that he knows late in the season he's going to have a chance, because he can go out and hey, we got to score 8 runs to beat Team X, Y, or Z. Hey, we can go out and hold some of these fall scheduled schools, hold them down a little bit with the arms that he's got. And I think he's super excited about that. And I think, us three know, I mean, we've been around baseball long enough that good pitching always beats good hitting. And that was last year's team. So, yeah, I think he kept it pretty close to the vest, but he's excited about his arms, and we didn't talk much about next year as far as the interview goes, we talked a little bit about before, and he knows what he's got coming up. He knows what he's got, what's going to be leaving, which is just one senior. So he's pretty excited about the balance of the season, and then looking down the road into the next couple of years. So I enjoyed it. It was good to catch up with him, and it's good just to talk to him. And he was a first-year coach when he's got here, and you can see. I'm not saying he was immature when he got here. He wasn't, but as a head coach, he was. And things have evolved, and
that's fair. We all do that.
Sure.
We all take on a job. We all grow. I don't think there's ever been someone who's been perfectly set as a never had the job to walk in day one. But ultimately, again, I shudder to think about, Mike. You weren't here, but those days with the were you here with the cinder block?
I know what you're talking about. I was never playing
it wasn't even maroon. It was purple. It was spray painted purple. And this was not because of Coach Mounts. It was just a situation where he walked into very limited resources, limited funding. We had kids that were in essence it reminds me of Dominican Republican kids with milk cartons coming out and playing. Right. It was almost like that. And he really has come in and has learned. And the one thing I absolutely love about Coach Mounts, and if you're in an alley. And you're in an alley fight or wherever, that's a guy you want in your corner. The guy's a competitor. He'll fight. And that's the one thing, if there's an umpire that's going to, and he's changed the way he's worked with umpires as well out here on the field, but he's going to fight for his kids. He's going to fight for an opportunity to get the right call made, whatever the case may be. So, you always want to go to war with a guy like that for sure.
Well, one thing I think he's realized that, district play was one thing, but as the years have gone on, to compete in 2A baseball, I think he's starting to realize, or he knew it a few years back, but what do I got to do to get my team ready for 2A baseball at the end of the season? I don't have a district now because that's we only had 2 years of that, but setting the schedule up appropriately for that, and just and you heard him talk about runs. Last time I was on with you guys, we were talking about, hey, do you just go pile on the runs? Well, when you've got people looking and making a decision on how good of a team you are without seeing you play, and they see you just beat, McAllister, whatever, or
Ardmore,
8-0. Yeah, and they're starting to see some of the low numbers on the opposite side, and so I think he's got that figured out. Now the key is just and he's got the arms this year. What do I got to do to really compete in the state tournament? You got to get there, but what do I got to? Once I'm there, I've got the arms to compete.
Well, he's done
now.
that, right? So post COVID, year one, they came back. They go to state. They lose this. They unfortunately get Silo as an 8 seed.
Yeah, so we lost state champion 2 years in a row.
State champion, and then last year we were a little bit higher of a seed. We were a 4 or 5 seed.
Ampo.
They take on Ampo and whoop the tar out of them.
Yep.
I mean, run ruled that team. Run ruled a state tournament team, and then be able to come back in the next game against Silo. We're competitive, but it is eventually based on the talent, the pitching talent, as well as just talent overall. The Wildcats end up losing the eventual state champion. So this year it's going to be hopefully figure out a way to get away from Silo and then get to the state championship game and see how things go in that situation.
Yeah, I think in his mind and. And in everybody's mind probably is, hey, that used to let's get there. Like Cashion's been there. I don't know how many times now, 7-8 times, and that was the goal I picked. But now that's probably changed a little bit. We got there 2 years ago. We won a game last year. Now let's go. Let's be competitive deep into that tournament, and let's go play for it and see. So I mean, so the bar's been set a little bit higher each year, and I think you'll continue to see a ton of success. So.
Yeah, I don't foresee any drop off for Coach Mounts. Again, we just watched the junior high team come back and beat Union City, and it's again just crazy thinking about a school, 180 kids, offering 10 different sports, playing football in the fall, and doing what they're doing, year round with the baseball team. It's fantastic. So give credit to obviously the kids, the Jimmies and the Joes. They matter, but give credit definitely to Coach Mounts over the last few years. So
and one thing we didn't talk about, he's got an addition to his coaching staff, and I meant to ask him about that. And I think if we do another interview late in the season, I mean, I know it's helping him a ton. And Forgive me, coach's
Coach
name.
Jawowski. Nick.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you pronounce that.
Yeah, I butchered it as well. Jawowski, yeah.
But he's got a guy that,
Jawowski.
He's got a guy down
Jawowski.
there that's calling pitches.
Jokowski.
That can monitor pitchers, work the bullpen, and that's allowing coach to do other things that he wasn't able to do when he's trying to manage that
So
part
what
of the
you're
game.
telling me is that having assistant coaches is a good thing?
Yeah, go ask any head coach that.
No, absolutely. I totally
Yeah,
agree
especially
with
in this game when there's so much going on.
Yeah.
I mean, if he had it his way, I don't know. Some coaches like to coach the bases, but he'd probably rather be sitting over there just analyzing and moving.
Well, I'll tell you what.
and
There was a
putting the puzzle
couple.
together.
There was a couple innings where Coach Mounts did take a seat, and we had a couple different coaches at first and third, and we were giving Coach Mounts a hard time. That, we had probably the best base running all season that we had seen. But
Well, when you're in a competitive game, and there's so much going on
Right.
as the game goes on. How are their kids hitting? How are they pitching? What do they have left in the pen? What do I have left in
Right.
the pen? What do we got to do? Is this
It's
going
the
to is this
fine-tuning
going to be
stuff.
small ball?
Yep.
What's it going to be? But he's got a little bit more of that time. So, but we can talk about that next time we catch up with him.
I love
so.
it. Thanks, Dirk.
Good stuff.
Appreciate it. All right, we've got coaches at the mound or at home plate. Do we have a coach's name for Union City?
You got the seat.
So we'll have that. Wildcats.
One thing about
obviously
this
the home
bunch here,
team.
they've traditionally been good, and kind of like us, they'll get some move-ins. I know a few years ago they had a ton of kids moved in from Yukon and around, and they made a state tournament run. So he knows what he's doing. Traditionally, they're good, so I would expect a good baseball game today.
No,
Now,
only the.
I haven't seen them play this
And-
year, but
well-
I'm just saying traditionally they're good.
Well, we've gotten everybody's best this year. So, do you want me to look it up?
I'm looking. I thought it was going to be on rankings, but I didn't.
It should be if you click on the name, click on Union City.
That's what oh, there they are. I couldn't find them. 18th. Coach Ludy Griggs, Ludygriggs.
Okay, all right, Coach Griggs and Coach Mounts. Obviously, the Wildcats will be the home team here. Beautiful day, temperature-wise. What are we sitting at? It's fantastic. It's probably in the 80s, is it not? 83.
Yeah, it's warmed up and.
Yeah, 83. We got a little bit of wind. Let's
Got a
see.
south wind and you got some warm temperatures.
Yeah, about
so
17 miles from the south. So
could see
that
some balls jump today.
little bit of heat and wind. That means Mr. Cater and a few others will have a chance.
I think in that interview, I obviously I know Preston's last name, but I think I might have said Carter like a complete idiot.
Well,
But everybody
it's
knows
all
who
good.
he
He
is.
knows that Mr. Fippin will pat you on the back.
Yeah.
Well, the Wildcats will be obviously in the field. They'll be wearing all grays, gray top, gray bottoms, little white and maroon hats with a little bit of paw on there. I like the look.
I love the grays. Love the grays.
Mike is flashing that, a little maroon and gold trim. And then for the Union City Tigers, coached by Ludy Griggs, again 11-3 on the season, ranked 18th in Class A. Blue, gray, and black with the Union City across the chest. They'll be up to bat. We appreciate our fantastic officials here for the day. We had a chance to yuck it up with them a little bit here in the palatial press box at Lance Beitler Field. And definitely appreciate those guys coming out here. We've had Big 12 officials out here thus far. I wish we could take some of these guys that we've had at Cashion America out on the road with us, as we feel like we've been hit or miss. But I thought the officiating, Mike, in Dibble was pretty good. I mean, I thought it was consistent at least.
Right, it was the same two guys all the time, but yes, it was consistent. That's all we're asking for. Everybody can understand the strike zone. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got a little Inner Sandman Metallica on the loudspeaker here at Beitler Field. Wildcats again 13-4 will be taking the field versus Union City. Pitching for the Wildcats today will be our man Junior Cooper Frazee. Cooper on the year, 18.2 innings pitched, has 26 strikeouts, is number 3 on the team in strikeouts, has an ERA of 2.25, and certainly has one of the nastiest curveballs you'll find around. Mike, from your perspective with Cooper coming out today, Coach Mounts has mentioned Cooper as the ace in essence. What do we expect to see Cooper after having a couple of days off coming in here tonight against Union City?
Well, I think that's more or less the most important part. He didn't see any action this last weekend with his shoulder or something going on with his arm. I have no problem with resting him. This is just a kind of a, you may even see him staff it tonight. We got to save our arms to be nice and loose for this weekend. So I'd like to see him just get a couple innings in and then go to some other people. Let's see if we can try to get some runs early and provide that opportunity.
All right, I love it. Behind the dish, you just saw that Nathan Nabavi, the junior, will be catching today. Barrick Wano, I thought, had a really, really good weekend up in Dibble. And then around the horn we go. First base, we've got the junior Derek Shaline. Second base, we've got freshman Brody Nichols. At third base, Preston Cotter, the senior. Junior Chance Acord moving in from center field to shortstop as my man Cooper Frazee goes to the mound. And around the horn in the outfield, it's sophomore Carson Gump. We've got center fielder sophomore Max Higdon with 2 X's, and in right field, junior Hunter Gibson. Up to bat here as we start first pitch. Rocky Carroll, shortstop, first pitch ball. Again, appreciate you guys joining us here live on CWTV, free of charge on the Squirtle Network. Thanks to our big sponsors out there.
I'm curious to see Hunter today. I'm sorry, Mr. Frazee out here, because I know last time I was here and watched him, his best pitch is his curveball, and he didn't have that last time. At least maybe not his last outing, but last time I was here and he struggled. But if that thing's on and he can spot his fastball and get ahead early here, it'll be a long day for Union City.
So hopefully we do have a pretty brisk breeze. It is blowing out, definitely. The flags are straight out. So 3-1 here for the junior Cooper Frazee. You know, that's the deal. We got too many kids with big hair. That's the problem.
Man, it's a
don't
thing.
have that problem, so.
It is a thing. I've been traveling around Kansas and watching all these JUCOs play, and wow, I thought it was a high school thing, but yeah, I think it is what it is, and there's a lot of hair.
I bet you like those short pants, too, over the knees.
Not a fan.
Little blooper, one hop, sidearm, in time. Oh, in and out of the glove of Derek Shaline. Derek Shaline, fantastic at first. He had a bit of a stretch down there. I think the base runner kind of getting in his way as well a little bit, but we'll count that one as an error as Rocky Carroll gets the first base.
Not making an excuse for the kid. His glove broke the other day. It's at Gregory's. It'll be ready tomorrow. He's borrowing somebody else's, but that's something you got to make a catch. I don't care if you're barehanding that thing.
So with the runner at 1, that brings up Tyler Norton, the center fielder. Takes first pitch strike. Nice pitch there for Cooper getting ahead. 1-0-1. Cooper, very strong, fast tempo. He's got a great pick move. I'm surprised he didn't look there on that first pitch to look for bunt, as Dirk Fippen would say. Definitely got sun coming in on the right side. So if you're Brody Nichols, Hunter Gibson, or Derek Shaline, get the shades out.
For sure. Hey, and if you want to, we are doing this on Game Changer as well. If you want to watch the broadcast and follow along on Game Changer, it's out there on the white version of Game Changer, and it's you'll find the Cashion Wildcats Varsity 2023.
Let's not be color. Let's say classic.
Classic. There's a green version and a white version. Sorry, the classic version.
I'm just kidding. You're making you feel uncomfortable, Mike.
There you go.
0-2, pick move back to 1. That's in the turf. Carroll gets back. I'm just messing with you.
No, I know
Mike.
you are. I know you are.
Have you guys been watching much of the MLB game now with the picks and how they can only go twice, and if you don't get them on the third one.
Chopper to 3, Cotter with the 2-ball chance. Nichols to first in time, yes sir! Roll it.
There you go.
5-4-3 double play. Wildcats turn it, and they put 2 outs on the board. Now bring up 3-hole hitter Carson Biffle.
Nice job by Derek there, striding out and digging that thing.
And that all started on a nice charge there by Cotter, a good swing. Nichols, the freshman, getting the glove and the throw. So with 2 outs, first pitch outside for ball 1.
Hey, I can't tell you, we've had this umpire a bunch of times with Derek growing up over at DeLisi Park. He's got a consistent strike zone. I think you'll enjoy the baseball game here today.
Woo-hoo! Hunter,
wow,
a little too fast on the charge. Gets that one over his shoulder, but that'll be out number 3 as they go down 1, 2, and 3. So nice work there by Frazee and the boys on defense. Thus far, the assessment on Frazee right now has got to be pretty good.
Yeah, he's been ahead in the count, and that's huge.
All right, we'll go to a timeout. Be right back. CWTV, make sure you come on back.
Kyle and Gina Van Druff have the answers to all your real estate and insurance needs. These guys will have you covered in a one-stop shopping experience. They are local agents, local supporters, and active in the Cashion community. They are also proud parents of past and present Cashion students. Kyle and Gina help their clients make the right choice. Don't wait till it's too late. Call 405-607-4300. Go Wildcats and number 88. Let's have a great year.
Wildcat up! Get you some!
Now is the time to protect your family with Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Internet security is becoming more of a fear every day. Protect your family against malware, viruses, intrusions, cyber attacks, and more. Modern internet deserves modern security. Get the best of both worlds with Pioneer in-home Wi-Fi and the Smart Wi-Fi app. Download the Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app today or visit gopioneer.com for more information.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
All right, welcome back. Cashion Wildcats TV production of Cashion Wildcat Baseball 2023. Neiman Abavi, Mike Shaline, Dirk Fippen bringing you today's action as the Wildcats taking on the 18th ranked Union City Tigers. Wildcats send the Tigers down in the top of 1, 2, and 3 in order. And Wildcats back up here with Cooper Frazee. So assessment of the pitching right now as we have, I believe, Zier Lavin up to bat or on the mound for the Tigers?
I believe that's right. Let's see. Pitcher, yes, Zier Lavin, I think. Yeah, that's how you would say it.
Okay. So gets outside pitch called strike against Frazee, leadoff. Frazee has got a green light on any pitch. He gets after it. He takes check swing strike on that one. So quickly falls back 0-2. Frazee on the season has done fantastic. He does everything you want. Batting .315, on base percentage .439. Takes outside pitch, ball one, and just doesn't get struck out. I mean, he's either, Mike, you talked about it. What's that stat we love that we put out there?
He's up to, on his contact rate is 93% on the year. Oof. And he will look at strike three there, though.
Give credit to Zier Lavin, or Lavin Zier, who just grabs that one. I wouldn't have swung at that one either, but gets the out, and that'll bring up Chance Acord, the two-hole hitter, the junior for the Wildcats.
I think Cooper thought that was such a strike, he had already looked down to Mounts to get the next – I mean, he thought it was a ball. He did look down to Mounts for the next sign.
They're going to get the check. They're going to say save, so no check, no strike call on that. Yeah, I was just
you guys have
bragging
noticed,
about it.
Right, and I was on the umpire too bragging about him. So
Catcher's got a good arm, fellas. I don't know if you've noticed that, but
well, he's not small.
He's not small. He's a big kid, but I know our run game is not the greatest, but you better get a good lead and go on the right pitch.
2-0 for Acord. Inside pitch should not have been called strike, and it was.
Wow.
That's unfortunate for Chance, as that one was across the stripe inside. We have one of the best views here in America of ball strikes here in Cashion, Oklahoma. So 2-1 here for Acord. That one's definitely outside. Ball 3-1.
Yeah, when I look at these stats, it's good to see that Frazee is not like – if you'd have looked at stats like this last year, if Mike would have done this last year and he didn't. But
sorry, guys.
No, I should have been doing stuff like this. But if you'd have looked at his innings pitched this time last year, it's probably double that. And this is current, right, Mike?
Yes, it is.
So he's sitting on 18 innings. I bet he was twice that last year because we put a saddle on him and rode him last year like a rented mule. And, Derek's got actually a few more innings than he does, but it's very well balanced. And so does Hunter. Hunter's got 19 innings, but it's a good balance there. And
For sure.
There's really not a horse there necessarily that you're going to just saddle up, and so that's good to see. It's good on the arms late in the season, and
well, it allows you to bring some guys in relief if you need to, rather than guys have been just worked and worked if you need it in a game.
Yeah, good point.
All right, Acord with the walk, very close on third strike, but trots down the one. Preston Cotter puts a hit on that one straight up. It's gonna be trouble here. It will fall. Acord goes halfway. Acord fantastic on the base path. Leads the team with runs at 23. Preston Cotter, what do you want to do? What do you want to count that?
That's what I'm gonna defer to Dirk on this.
To me, that's an error.
Yeah.
That's an error. Okay.
We'll go E9 on that one.
E9.
I'll put it there. So
Preston got fisted a little bit right there.
So off the handle, Cotter better lucky than good. Gets to first base. That brings up Derek Shaline, the 4-hole hitter, first baseman for the Wildcats. Derek on the season batting .451, leads the team. It's fantastic. Also, from a standpoint, leads the team on, I believe, on hits as well. So 23 on base percentage, .525. He's just trailing my man Nathan Nabavi, but Derek would almost have the triple crown here for the Wildcats. He has 1 home run on the season, and I guess we just need to get him pitching to get that next home run.
It usually works better that way. I don't know why. So he only likes to help his own cause, apparently. So
hey, nothing wrong with that.
1-1 for the junior right-hander. Runners at first and second. Outside pitch gets the corner. Strike 2. Good pitch there by Zier. He's been hitting that outside.
He looks like he's struggling a little bit with his off-speed stuff, and if he's going to sit and rely on the fastball all day, it's going to be a long day for him.
We hope so. So with the runners at first and second with just 1 out, bottom of 1, Wildcats looking to get the first run of the game. Breaking ball stays up top for ball 2, so good work there by Derek. Derek had a great weekend pitching and hitting. Had a fantastic game against Lexington pitching, and then came back and drove in some key RBIs for the Wildcats. Oh, takes that low pitch and didn't want any data on that one, so leaves it 2-2.
Well, the strike 2 was, he was his groove pitch, and I'm really surprised he laid off of it. So I'm sure he's going to try to make up for it here.
I did a good job fighting it off and staying in there. That pitch was close.
Runners at first and second. Delivery swung on and missed, so it'll be strike 2 and out number 2 as Derek Shaline goes down swinging. And that'll bring up sophomore Carson Gump with 2 outs. Wildcats need a little rally here with, and we talked about it, Mike. Runners left on has been the bugaboo for the Wildcats all season. Double digits, it feels like, every game. Well, you're going to get that call. Wow.
It is. I'm really surprised that it's getting that far outside and getting the call, or even chances that far inside. I mean, this zone is huge left to right now.
If that's the way it stays, fine. These kids will make an adjustment. But if he starts squeezing it, then
right.
We're gonna have a problem. But if he'll stay consistent with that, these kids will all make an adjustment.
We hope so. That's
but
all we ask for is
right.
consistency. 0-2, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Sophomore Gump, the righty up to bat, outside pitch. Nice job there by the catcher, Braden Armstrong, keeping that one in front of him. The kid's built like a Buick. Big old kid. Probably why Coach Mount always wants the biggest kid in the school to be a catcher for him. So 1-2, 2 outs. Breaking ball drops right in. And that'll be strikeout number 3. That one backwards variety, out number 3. And that'll strand 2 Wildcats as we go to top of 2. Wildcats nothing, Tigers nothing. Be right back right after this.
Storm season is coming, people, and your first choice for roofing needs should be Rhino Roofing. Locally owned and operated, the Rhino specializes in all types of repair and replacement. Large scale, traditional, modern, unique roof lines, they can do it all. Protect your home and your family with the specialized services of Rhino Roofing. Visit our Facebook page today and make an appointment. Rhino Roofing is all the hype for any roof type.
All right, welcome back to Beitler Field in Cashion, Oklahoma. Cashion Wildcat production of Wildcat Baseball. Appreciate you guys joining us here as the Wildcats taking on the Union City Tigers. Neiman Abavi, Mike Shaline, and Dirk Phippen bringing you today's action in beautiful Cashion, Oklahoma as the Wildcats move to top of 2. Cooper Frazee on the mound. And thus far, it's been a pitching duel with, looks like 3 Ks and a couple plays here by the Wildcats and the Union City Tigers combined. Up to bat is the 4-hole hitter, Braden Armstrong, the catcher. big lefty here. First pitch, I guess low, so we'll call. Man, we were just talking during the timeout about the zone, how it's pretty large, so we'll see.
Well, yeah, to me, that's the story of the game at this point.
1-0. Big shot right down the first base line over the head of Derek Shaline. That's going to hit the wall. Hunter Gibson with the throw as Armstrong will be held up at 2, and that's a leadoff stand-up double for the Union City Tigers.
We're going to have to match the bats here, boys.
Wildcats traditionally this year have been absolutely slow starters, and so in fact the Wildcats have pulled themselves out of numerous jams this season, getting down in a lot of games. I was kind of hoping with the Wildcats with 2 runners on there in the first to kind of draw a couple runs, but nonetheless it's a pinch runner out there for our courtesy runner with a bunt down the right side. Cover is Nichols at 2 from Frazee. That'll be out 1, but not after number 5. That is we don't know. J.D. Riley, the courtesy runner, makes his way to third base for the Tigers. So sack bunt, out number 1, and that brings up 6-hole hitter Ace Ellington, the first baseman, lefty for the Tigers.
Hey, guys, that's not an easy play to make over there. I can tell you from having Brooks softball practice the other day, about 7:15 was when it was horrible. It was the worst over at first and at right field. So for Brody Nichols coming over there and fielding that bunt, looking right into the sun, that was not easy to do.
He looked very comfortable making that play.
Frazee with the delivery. Outside corner, you better call it. Nope.
Man.
Yeah,
that one is across the plate. I guess just must have been a little low.
I gave the guy a water before the game.
You don't ever be nice to umpires. Don't. It doesn't work. I'm telling you. You'll get that call though. That was definitely outside, but we get the strike there. So far, the zone has stayed the same when it's belt high. So 1-1.
Sure like to see Frazee set him down and take that sac fly off the board here, where it's not an opportunity. 2 outs here.
Frazee just missing outside on the breaking ball. Moves the count to 2-1. Runner at third is J.D. Riley for the Tigers. Anything on the ground has a chance to score a run here for Coach Griggs. All right, so he's been consistent.
Glove, I guess,
he's been consistent. So, hey, you know what? He's like, hey, we're going to get bats off the shoulder. We're swinging the bat. It's a big zone, but Wildcats being able to get their turn at it now. 2-2, 1 out, runner at third. Frazee most likely coming back in with some junk. Let's see what happens here.
That's where I'd be living.
Right, absolutely.
6 inches outside's been a strike.
All right,
that's what he's thinking.
So full count against the big first baseman, Ace Ellington. Let's see what Frazee deals here. He has some swinging.
It is.
It's a big out. Big out with the runner at third.
With the K, that's the first K for Cooper Frazee. He's given up a hit and has 1 K. And more importantly, that's out number 2 with runner at 3. That'll bring up the 7-hole hitter Dalton Stout, second baseman, right-hander for the Tigers. That one swung on foul for strike 1. Don't see much going on over there from a lead perspective with the runner at 3. He's been pretty conservative and no look. Sure. Cooper's been pretty good on his pick moves coming back to third. I'm surprised he hasn't taken a look. Ooh, hit the bat. That hit something.
Yeah, hit the bat, hit the pad, went back in field. It's dead ball.
All right, so we have a ball call. It hit something, so it was either the player or his bat.
Sure sounded like it hit the bat, didn't it?
Maybe it was just the tip of the glove, maybe?
No, I don't think so. I've got good eyes.
All right.
That's Dr. Melton at Omni Eye Center. So 1-1, 2 outs. There's that move. Got him! Bam!
Bam! Got it. Nice job.
So with a runner at third, paralyzed by the move from Cooper Frazee, Preston Cotter says no way. And that's out number 3 as the Wildcats send the Tigers back to the dugout. That was pretty nice.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, that wasn't even close.
All right,
He got caught on his heels for sure.
So the Wildcats have had the Tigers up twice. They've seen 6 batters. They've sent 6 batters back to the dugout. We move to bottom of 2, Wildcats 0, Tigers 2. Wildcats need some offense. Be right back right after this.
Looking for a solution to your water well problem or just needing a new well drilled? Western Drilling does water well drilling and repair. They are experts in pumping system installation, troubleshooting, and repair. Western Drilling works with domestic, ag, and irrigation wells. Give them a call today and explore all the solutions. Western Drilling supports Cashion High School. Go Wildcats!
All right, welcome back. Wildcats bottom of 2 here taking on the Union City Tigers. Wildcats and the Tigers knotted up 0-0. Neiman Ababi, Mike Shaline, and Dirk Fippen bringing you today's action in beautiful Cashion, Oklahoma. It's gorgeous. If you have not come out, get your butt out here. Still got a couple spots down the left side. Right side, Funky Bunch, taking up all the good spots. So you got nothing there. But there's still
that's become a thing this year.
Yeah.
It used to be left field, but now we got that's the best. Those are great seats, man.
Well, you got the sun if you're on the right side, Funky Bunch right now. So
but you got a good angle to watch the field. Been taking in a few OSU games. Eric Williams has got fantastic tickets down the third base line up there, and they're at that angle, and you're right there. It's just a great angle to watch the game.
Great ballpark too,
for sure.
Yeah, ballpark.
Hey, by the way, Sooners going to dump another $20 million into their ballpark. Maybe
they need to. That place is a
I
dump.
totally agree. Eldell Mitchell.
Yeah,
I wish they would go ahead and
they put some lipstick on that pig, but it's not enough.
No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, but they're going to do it.
And it's amazing what they do with that facility, getting back to the College World Series and playing. So it just talks about the depth of high school baseball in Oklahoma and Texas and the area to be able to compete.
He's a fantastic coach.
Yeah,
I had a chance to go to a concert with that guy. And,
name dropping, are we?
No, I'm not name dropping. I didn't mention his name, but I'm just saying that. I didn't want to be that guy, but just super awesome guy.
Fantastic. Hunter Gibson, the junior, up to bat 2-1 here. Takes a hack of that's going to go right side. Trouble, right fielder coming up chasing, and he'll get it right at the earlobe as Hunter Gibson will head back. Hunter Gibson, fantastic. He leads the team, or tied with the team lead for 3 home runs, and doing it both on the mound and behind in the box. But that one gets hung up, and that'll be out number 1. That'll bring up now batting 7-hole, the right-hander second baseman, Brody Nichols, freshman.
I got a chance to talk to Brody Nichols' dad at the corner store, and he all his family tunes in, watches us every single game on here. So they say thank you very much for the advertisers and everything that make that possible.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
I could tell you that he could play a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He could play. He could play.
He came on the mound.
I'm talking about Dad.
Huh?
I'm talking about Dad.
Really? But talking about the boy too, Brody. He's absolutely been fantastic on the mound, extending the.
No, he played with some of the guys I know and family member and then Brock, and yeah, he can get after it.
Well, we like Brody, so 1-2 here though. Let's see if the freshman can figure out a chance to get on base. That'll be outside for ball 2, definitely ball 2. We'll see what it's called. Yes, on deck for the Wildcats will be DH, the junior Parker Atkinson. Parker had a fantastic hit to right field against Ardmore, and that's going to go straight up. Hopefully that will go out of play. Third baseman tracking that one, comes back and will snow cone that one. As that works back, Carson Biffle, the third baseman for the Tigers, gets that out. And that'll be out number 2 for the Wildcats. There's been a lot of pop fest going on here today.
Man, that was not an easy play for the third baseman. He covered a lot of ground, had a bullpen to navigate around, and still made the catch.
I thought he was going to back into that.
I did too.
That pole.
Parker Atkinson, the junior, takes first pitch. Swinging, strike 1. Wildcats with 2 outs. It's this might be a 45-minute game here. A little behind on that one, goes right side. And again, we were just talking about Parker inserting himself as a DH this last weekend and put himself in a few spots. It came up. It's nice to see the junior come through.
Had a nice double to right center at one point. So
that one's going to go to short. It's going to be booted, and that'll be a single for my man Parker Atkinson. What are you going to count? What are you going to score that one?
E6.
I think it's an error. It hit him in the glove, and I'd love to give it to him, but I think if he gloves that, he's out.
He got there. I mean, the kid got there, made a good play. It just came out of his glove.
All right, so with that, with a runner at first, guess who? 9-hole hitter Nathan Ababi. We lovingly call him the second leadoff. Wildcats 9-hole leads the team in on-base percentage at .595. So Wildcats will need him as Cooper Frazee, one hole's up to on deck, takes first pitch strike. And that's a shame, as he may not see another one like that across the middle.
Right. He finds a way to get in front of the count a lot, so we'll see if he can have that same kind of look here.
That's up top, drops in for strike 2. So quickly down is Nabavi 0-2. So he'll have to figure it out, choke up, see if he can get something in play here. Most likely something lown away. Let's see what happens as the outside set by the catch. And that's definitely outside. Doesn't get him to throw. And we haven't seen much of a move from the catcher.
We haven't had anybody really
we've had
take off or even hard take off. So
1-2 count here for Nabavi. Breaking ball swung, dropped in for strike 3. That'll be a K. That is the
too many.
4th K of the day.
Too many.
For the Wildcats, that'll be out number 3. And here's the deal. I mean, he's worked his breaking ball. That's how he's gotten the Wildcats. Wildcats have got to sit and get ready and square up on any fastball that's coming across.
Yeah, the first 3 or 4 kids, he wasn't able to get that over. He's getting it over now. And it's from a velocity standpoint, it's not coming in there hard, but it's just enough. It's just enough. Hopefully we've been through the lineup now once. Everybody will make an adjustment.
Well, that's the number one that we've talked about that, right? Wildcats, again, have been slower starters. And, again,
But you guys have seen some good pitching.
Oh,
so.
I mean, ace after ace. We've seen everyone's best pitcher the entire season outside of maybe a couple games.
You'd expect that.
Do we have an idea of Ziera? Is he the –
I would think he is, but just based on the movement that we've seen in this pitch so far.
I'm going to guess they're number 1 kids behind the plate.
I think I tried to look up, see if they left their stats open on Game Changer and did not. So
I'd like to see it because the catcher's got a cannon.
Yep, they're closed. So.
What do they mean they're closed? We should be open that up.
Right. So I did have him clocked at fastball sitting at 74 and 75 on a couple pitches. So.
All right, Wildcats, slow start today.
Yeah, with the big zone.
Right.
With the big zone, so you better be swinging it.
Hey, Mike, what about some details from this weekend? We got a big tournament coming up.
We do have a big tournament. I'm looking forward to it. So we are going to get started Thursday morning. We'll have 8 teams coming in. I'll turn the music off here and we'll pull up the bracket real quick. So we'll lead things off Thursday morning, 11 a.m. Fort Cobb versus Lomega. That game will be followed by a 1:30 p.m. game, Okarche versus Calumet. Dibble and Alva will go at 4 o'clock, and then your Cashion Wildcats will have a 6:30 game against Verdon on Thursday. So it's one of those, if you win, you go to the winner side of the bracket. If you lose, you go to the 5th place and 7th place side of the bracket. We'll call it that. So you definitely want to win that first one.
Get some good teams.
Yes, for sure.
Verdon's been – over the years has been fantastic, and we know about Calumet. What do they sit? They sit in 3 and A.
It was 4 last week. I need to go check and see what it was as of today.
And then you got Fort Cobb. Obviously, we know about Fort Cobb.
It'll be a good one, so definitely come on out and support it. It's going to be great. Don't know what we have planned with the Green family or anyone in conjunction with the Green with the Greens, but come on out and watch some good baseball, celebrate a fantastic former student here, Cashion alum, Bruxton Green. All right, so 2-2 here for Cooper Frazee going up against Dalton Stout, the 7-hole hitter, right-hander second baseman for Union City. Drops it in.
There it is.
So nice backwards K there. Good start there for Cooper Frazee with out number 1 against Dalton Stout, his second K. So back-to-back batters, back-to-back Ks.
There you go. I did look up. Calumet is 8-4 and still currently 4th in Class B.
They're living off wins against us, I guess.
There you go.
Did you say 8-4?
8-4.
They've only played that 12 games.
Yep. According to them, I'll look and see if everything got added up. So let's see.
So good work there by Cooper Frazee. First pitch jams up Bryson Billieu, the left fielder. He hits a slow roller for a 1-3 put out number 2. That'll bring up 9-hole hitter Colton Dempsey, right fielder for Union City.
Yeah, it looks like Calumet had 1 game canceled against Weatherford this weekend. But other than that.
First pitch, fastball.
They may have got a late start because traditionally they're pretty good in basketball. I don't know what they did in
Well,
basketball.
I can
but
tell you the story about that, too.
Yeah, sure we can. Absolutely. Right down the middle, strike. 2 fastballs, 2 strikes. Cooper Frazee picks up his hat, cleans the locks, gets it going, and again, up 0-2 with 2 outs with 9-hole hitter Colton Dempsey. Let's see if he can knock him down here and get his 4th straight K. Does.
There you go.
Gets him swinging this time. That's out number 3. 1, 2, 3 again. As we move to bottom of 3, Wildcats still held scoreless. Maybe Magic 3 will be the one. We'll go to a timeout. Be right back right after this.
Legacy Insurance and Financial Services is proud to be on Main Street in Cashion, Oklahoma, supporting our Wildcats while riding business throughout Oklahoma and surrounding states. Legacy agents who share over 40 years of experience will shop many carriers to fulfill all of your insurance and investment needs. We welcome face-to-face meetings, but if your needs require an online virtual relationship, we are versed at those too. Let the team of Chris Gibson, Chris Cochran, Aaron Phoenix, and Christina Branson at Legacy Insurance and Financial Services help you build your own legacy, one you will be proud to live and to leave.
All right, welcome back. Cashion Wildcats TV, Cashion Wildcats Baseball 2023. Neiman and Bobby, Mike Shaline, Dirk Fippen bringing you this afternoon's action as the Wildcats hosting Union City. Tigers coming out with is that a new pitcher or is that the same pitcher?
Same, it's number 10.
Okay, wanted to make sure.
Pretty
Zier
strong arm.
Laban, or Laban Zier. So the Wildcats have had base runners. We've had 3 thus far. And I've got to tell you, it hasn't been a hitting fest, so give the Union City pitching some credit as the Wildcats have reached on a walk and a couple of errors. But let's see if we can get this going here as Cooper Frazee gets his second chance at bat.
he's feeling pretty good about himself with 8 pitches last inning.
That one's definitely outside for ball 1. When he misses outside, he misses outside.
Yeah, that one almost hit the bull.
Nice reference.
He gets that corner. Here's a situation. Maybe Wildcats just need to get their toes on the line. I guess Cooper Frazee just does that.
Well, I know, but the zone's wide on both sides. If you get up on the dish, take one off the hands.
That'll move the count to 2-1.
You're gonna get jammed.
And we've seen that. We've seen some, as you say, fisted or jammed up hits here by the Wildcats.
Yeah, Hunter got jammed as well.
Chopper to 3 way ahead as Cooper Frazee gets a part of that, though. It goes foul 2-2. Again, Wildcats will go with Frazee, Acord, Cotter here to start the top of, or the bottom of 3. I'm surprised maybe we haven't worked a little bunt action here, but again, with Cooper Frazee in this top of the lineup, I guess you just want to let it run. Gets a piece of that one, so stays alive on the foul tip. Definitely not now, clearly, unless you're from Watonga or you're bunting with 2 strikes. And definitely with nobody on. Oof. Wildcats have got to expect this at some point. At some point, they have to expect the breaking ball.
Well, he sat down 4 guys with that pitch, and it's good.
Well, that's 2 times
good
now.
enough. It's good enough. It's not great, but it's good enough.
It's high quality.
And he's set some good hitters down.
Well, that's Cooper now, back-to-back at bats, back-to-back, backwards Ks, both on that breaking ball. Acord up to bat, 1 out inside. I'm going to call ball 1.
In fact, I know Cooper hasn't seen a lot. That was he only had 2 Ks coming into the game, and that was numbers 3 and 4. So.
Well, when you get up in the count, or take that pitch out, where he's not going to be living on that curveball, where he's got to throw something over the plate.
Exactly. Acord takes that pitch and absolutely sends it deep left side. It will go foul, 1-1. He was a little early on that one, or that would have been a home run for him. Drops that one. Oh, I thought we were going to get the call. We did not. So that's ball 2. 2-1 here for Acord. Acord walked earlier. He was one of the 3 Cashion Wildcats that have been left stranded here in the first 2 innings.
Glad that wasn't called. Because he got the one that was pretty close to that in his first at-bat.
3-1 here for Acord. Let's see what happens if he'll get something to hit. Takes a look at strike 2.
Okay, I got no problem with that.
So what do we expect here?
Well,
You're going to see the hook.
yeah, normally you'd see fastball with somebody else, but this guy's hook is so good that he's going to bring it right here.
So catcher time here for a second. Does he
Yeah,
get
I think
the call
Chance
right?
would probably like to have that last pitch back.
Right.
Three-two, full count, 1 out. Up top, ball
There you go.
4. So
Surprised.
Chance Acord with another walk, draws that one. He's on first base. That brings up Preston Cotter. Preston reached on error in right center. And if he can get a hold of something here with a little bit of that wind, it may be gonzo.
Catcher's bringing the right fielder in a bit.
That one's low for ball 1.
Yeah, I think Dirk pointed out this catcher's got a pretty live arm, I think. You better get off way far if you think you're taking off.
Inside, back pick. Acord easily back. Ball 2, 2-0, so.
Well, I'm watching this kid, and he's not slide stepping either, and he's got a big windup. You know, we could steal a base on him. And now he slid there.
Oof.
A little early.
That's 2 of those. That one is definitely deep enough. It would have given the Wildcats a chance. And I'll tell you what, the left fielder, he's hugging the warning track right now.
Wow.
So 2-1 for Preston Cotter. Runner at 1 is Chance Acord, the junior. Senior here up to bat. The righty looking to get Wildcats an opportunity. Drops that one in the dirt. Acord takes a peek and gets to second base. As that one rolls up the first base line, the catcher was like, that one's gone.
I mean, that left fielder's so far back, if we had just painted the fence, he'd have some paint on his back.
All right, 3-1 here. Green light for my man, Mr. Preston Cotter. Runner at 2 is Chance Acord now after stolen base. Checks that one off the handle.
Just fought that one off.
Wow. Almost surprised it didn't hit him in the hands.
I think it did. It may have. So with the swing, that'll be foul. 3-2 full count here for the senior.
Let's go find some grass here, Preston.
Up top for ball 4.
Okay.
So 2 after the K for Cooper Frazee. Wildcats get Acord walk, Preston Cotter a walk, and that brings up Derek Shaline, the first baseman, with 2 runners on.
Well, Derek's seen it now once. Let's see if he can do something about it.
Outside up top for ball 1. Decent lead for Acord and a feeble attempt to hold him. I guess they're just kind of trusting their pitcher, really not going to try to get forced in anything. It looks like they've been pretty conservative with base runners. Stares at fastball inside half for strike 1.
Derek doesn't typically like the inside pitch, so I got no problem.
Well, don't take it.
I got no problem with taking strike 1 there. So.
Don't take it. 1-1. Takes that inside pitch straight up. First baseman's going to crawl towards it. Ace Williams. It comes back in. It's fair.
Well, we got a
infield fly.
Rule call.
All right. So Wildcat runners understanding the rules of the game as well. As Derek Schlein walks back.
To extension.
Preston Cotter will say, nope, Derek, you're going to have to walk back. I'm not running. So with 2 outs, just like last time, we got 2 base runners. Wildcats, Chance Acord at second, Preston Cotter at 1, with Carson Gump, the sophomore, up to bat. Be ball 1.
Wow.
I know. I had to take a pause there. So Gump with a backwards K in the first. Let's see if we can get something going here. Gets a hack right center. That will have a chance to score 1. Acord will come in. Preston Cotter rounding as it hits the warning track. Center fielder slips and Gump stays at 2. Wave him on mounts. He's like, what you doing, son? But give him credit, the sophomore with a massive bomb to right center. And the Wildcats get first blood here, 2-0.
Man, that was a great hit. Just line drive right there, right center, and he's standing up at 2 after gaining 2 RBIs out of it. Great piece of hitting.
So Carson Gump with another hit. Carson on the season, Scott, that's his number 8. That's his 8th hit of the season. Up to bat is Hunter Gibson. Hunter Gibson, the junior right fielder today, had a pop-up to 9 in the second inning. Let's see if he can straighten one of these out here. Takes inside pitch, strike 1. just like Derek Shaline, almost like a carbon copy here.
Yep. Go tell your friends over there.
Came back inside on that second pitch. Breaking ball in the turf. Catcher does a great job. Braden Armstrong keeping that in front, so they'll go move the count to 2-1. 2 outs. Gibson, with anything in the grass, will score Gump. He's got great wheels. That one's chopped foul right over us. That'll move the count to 2-2.
Gump's got kind of a really small lead at second. I'd like to see a bigger secondary once the pitch is delivered. But I know you got to watch the back pick with this catcher. I'm sure it gets back in a hurry.
I wanted him at third. That's what I wanted. 2-2, 2 outs. Gibson hacked to short. In the glove. Will the throw be in time? It's scooped up, and that'll be out number 3. So the Wildcats do a little damage to get 2 runs. Nice work there by Carson Gump with a 2 BRI double.
He didn't try to do too much with that ball.
Nope.
He's got the bat out, and kid's gotten bigger and gotten a lot stronger because he didn't put much on that, and the ball got out. Ball got out there to the wall pretty quick.
Well, and he's put work in too. So, and this kind of the case, small town that plays multiple sports. It's not one thing where you play fall baseball, go into basketball season after you've played 30 games and come back and play spring. These guys probably haven't touched a baseball. A lot of them haven't touched a baseball since last June.
Right.
So, it takes a little bit of time. We've got some kids coming in from football. Max Higdon, Carson Gump, Chance Acord, Nathan Abavi, among a few. And so I know I'm missing somebody. Somebody will get mad at me. But, again, give credit to Carson Gump, and he's come on strong the last few games for the Wildcats.
For sure. Hey, through 3 innings, give you some stats on Cooper Frazee, who's still on the hill. Through 3 innings, only 31 pitches, so very efficient. 20 of those 31 are strikes, 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, 3 strikeouts, no walks.
Sure helped himself last inning, for sure. Yeah. I think he had 8 pitches last inning.
All right, so here we are. We move the top of 4. Wildcats up 2-0. Union City. 1-hole hitter, Rocky Carroll, the shortstop up. Rocky reached on error in the first inning. Let's see if the Wildcats can knock him down here.
Ooh.
Take your time, Nabavi. Go out there, walk around.
I didn't know if that came back and hit him or the umpire.
Yeah, so Nabavi doing a courtesy there for the home plate as he took one off the foul. Let him give him a chance to kind of catch his breath. Dangerous work, Mike. I know you ump.
I do.
Mike, do anyone ever give you any compliments?
It's not something you get a lot of compliments.
Maybe silence is golden.
Maybe. I mean, maybe I get it more in basketball than I do baseball, but who knows?
Oh, Nabavi. Thought he had a chance. If he would have snapped that one, may have a chance to get that corner, but that will be called low for ball 1.
I don't think the Morrison coach gave me any compliments.
Well, yeah. Well, that was a tough day. Acord on a ladder.
Nice.
Gets the line drive. And Chance has been phenomenal in that spot. He's made numerous plays jumping up, robbing a visiting or competing batter. So another great play there by the junior.
Well, like he got both hands on that ball, too.
Right.
Didn't take any chances.
He's had some heat on it. He didn't want it coming back off the
ball's well hit.
So Cooper Frazee now facing off against Tyler Norton, who had that fielder's choice double play, or was out on that fielder's choice double play. Back up, Wildcats with 1 out. Gets a chopper to 3. Preston Cotter with a glove and a bobble. In time! Nice. Flashing the arm. Preston Cotter says, easy breezy, lemon squeezy. And that's out number 2 for the Wildcats as Wildcats doing great work here against the Union City Tigers.
Absolutely. That was a ball that Preston actually juggled. It hit the turf. He picked it up, and then that's where the weight room pays off. Man, that was a rifle over to first base.
That's why they call it the hot corner.
Yep.
His arm looks fine to me.
All right, absolutely.
I know he was struggling early in the year with some elbow issues, but that looked good. Looked really good.
So Wildcats now facing the 3-hole hitter, third baseman Carson Biffle.
Yeah, I mean, these last 2 innings, Cooper's been up in the count.
Yep.
Just way ahead of these guys, and he's 0-2 on this guy.
0-2 here for Biffle going up against Frazee. Gets him swinging.
It is.
Another quick one.
Gets the K. 1, 2, 3 again. And sends back the Tigers as we move to bottom of 4. Cooper Frazee warming up now over the last 3 innings. He's got 4 Ks. And the Wildcats hang on to that 2-0 lead as we move to bottom of 4. Hang tight. We'll be right back right after this. All right, welcome back, Cashion Wildcats TV. Welcome back, fans, as Wildcats taking on Union City Tigers here in a Monday night battle. The Wildcats up 2-0 as we move to bottom of 4, thanks to my man Cooper Frazee and his 4 Ks over the last couple of innings, shutting out the Union City Tigers thus far. And it was Carson Gump with a fantastic smash to right center all the way to the fence as he brought in Chance Acord and Preston Cotter for the Wildcats' 2 runs. And Wildcats, if they can kind of keep this going, we might have some good momentum. That'll be Nichols, Atkinson, Nabavi here, 7, 8, 9 to start here, the bottom of 4. Brody Nichols, the freshman, had a pop to third base, so deep foul. So give credit to the third baseman, Carson Biffle of the Tigers. What do we have going on here? Do we have something?
No, I was listening. I was messing with music. I was making sure it wasn't me.
What do we got? Just 1 hit? Carson's the only hit?
Probably
yeah,
right.
I think that's correct. Carson has 1 hit. Wildcats getting dealed up a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ks at least for Zaire.
Well,
Nichols
out there.
Right center. It'll drop. So the freshman getting a single. And Wildcats have a leadoff runner at first.
Man, that's awesome. I mean, lead off you get on anyway, but he says, hey, I think I'll increase my batting average in the process too, if you don't mind. So nice line drive out there to right center.
I love that for Brody, the freshman. You're exactly right, Brody. Batting around looks like 118, so definitely going to add to that. He's got now 2 hits or 3 hits on the season. Little pinch running here as freshman Braden Stimke comes out, number 8 today.
Hey, these young guys are going to, for us to make a deep run, these young guys they're gonna have to do what Nichols just did. They're gonna have to hit for us to be able to make a good deep run.
All right, that'll bring up the junior Parker Atkinson, DH today here in the 8-hole spot. Stimke pinch running for Nichols at first base. That one's outside definitely for ball 1. So Parker staying patient here. You know, what's been good for Parker, he's been aggressive, but that's also hurt him this season. So he's been able to jump out on some fastballs and knock the cover off. It's also gotten him deep in the hole. He's being patient here. So I say all of that to ensure that we have a double jinx, and I'm sure do. 2-0 here, and Parker will have a chance here to maybe get a pitch that he likes.
Well, and I think Coach, took him out of lineup for a couple days, and I think a little bit can be learned when you're sitting on that bench, and playing time is a big motivator. So whether it taught you patience, whether you reevaluated what you needed to do up there, he's definitely found it recently. So
you're exactly right. 2-1, big hit, left side. Left fielder's way too deep. That's going to drop fair right in the middle of left field, and that'll be a base hit for Parker Atkinson.
Man, I don't know, and he didn't even move for a long time. So
he was on the track.
Right.
All right, so with that, Wildcats back-to-back hits to start the bottom of 4. That'll bring up 9-hole hitter, catcher, right-hander junior Nathan Ababi. We'll have another pinch runner here as Coach Mounts using all 22 kids on varsity as junior Creed Kastner gets to first base. So we've got freshman Braden Stimke at 2 for Nichols. Kastner at first with Atkinson. That'll bring up Nabavi here. Are we seeing B-U-N-T-T-T? Bunt?
I would think, and I'd love to see it. We'll see how far the third baseman plays back to see if you're going to put it down the first or third base side, but because I'd like to see him get a hit out of this. I'm greedy, though.
Well, let's see what happens as the Union City knows what's up as well.
Yeah, they're expecting it.
And they'll have that conversation.
Third's in quite a bit.
Nathan will pull back for ball 1.
You did see the shortstop break to third base, so then part of that's what you want to see. You want to see what their rotation is going to look like, if they're asleep or not.
That's a good count. That's a good count for a double steal right here.
Sure.
1-0. Nabavi, first base side. He'll get the sack, but he'll put it in play. Did his job.
He did his job for sure.
And so that'll move runners into scoring position at second and third with guess who? Mr. Cooper Frazee. Sends you good vibes. My man 1-3 needs a hit right here.
I agree. Hey, I feel good things right here. I see a big left center gap.
Everybody knows it. Everybody
this
feels
is one
it.
thing I did notice the other night. We got one out or less. We got guys at third. And I saw some big hacks at the plate instead of just
putting it in play.
Trying to put the ball in play.
We believe you. We said it. We were just so frustrated. Guys were trying with a wood bat trying to really get after it. Just put one in play.
Yeah, I was the Calumet game. I kind of go back to that, watching that one.
Right.
You know, we had runners sitting there third with one out or less, and we're up there taking giant hacks.
2-0 here for Frazee. He's going to try to get that fastball here lined up soon. He'll take a hack right side.
That's going to be enough.
Score a run.
Auto tag at third base. They can't find it. It'll drop in. Error on the right fielder. That'll score Stimke. Around the horn comes Castner. Play at home. And they'll get him on the cut. Great job there by the second baseman, the catcher. Castner maybe getting a conversation. And let's see what Coach Mounts will say. Maybe interference on the run. Let's see what happens here. That does score one run, so give the error to the right fielder. So E9, that'll bring in Stimke. And I don't know I think Coach Mounts is really.
It was a pretty good hose.
It was a good, and I think the catcher was on the inside line, which he was fine. Well, the plate up is smiling a little bit. I appreciate, and this is what we talked about. Coach Mounts is going to fight. He's going to go out there and have a conversation and.
You know, that's a tough thing for a catcher. I mean, that's a big hop. He's playing the hop. The hop was up the line a little bit.
Right.
He had to get up the line. I mean, I don't think Coach is going to win this one, but you know, hey, another also good base running by Cooper. See the ball drop and he goes ahead and takes second.
All right, so with the error, that'll be an RBI for Cooper Frazee. Almost got two as Creed Castner was caught at home. And that'll bring up Chance Acord with 2 outs. So Wildcats looking to add here with Cooper Frazee at second base. That one's in the dirt. Frazee, easy stolen base there. As the Wildcats have a runner at third now with Chance Acord staring at a 1-0 count. Inside for ball one or ball two. Oh, he's just missing just a little bit. It seems like he's been coming inside quite a bit on Chance Acord for some reason. Acord doesn't have an inside set. He's up front, but even in the box. 2-0, 2 outs, up top for ball three. Acord with a walk in the first and a walk in the third. Looking to get the trifecta, I guess, here. But I promise you, Acord's looking to swing, but he's got the take here, I promise you, with Coach Mounts with a dirty 30 count. That's up top for ball four.
And he's living right, I can tell you that. I saw him in the green room last night hitting with his mom, and you know he wants to hit a shot, and he's just not getting any pitches to see. So,
all right, so with runners on the corners, Acord at first, Cooper Frazee at third. That brings up the big senior third baseman, Preston Cotter. Preston, who had reached on error in the first, had a walk in the third.
Oh, leave him, let him have the bag, and we foul it back.
So on the steal, it's negated as that one is fouled off. Preston Cotter liked it, said, I'm swinging at it. Don't you talk to me.
And they barely even let Chance get back to first base before he was pitching.
That one hangs up top. Didn't get the call. I was shocked. So that'll move the count to 1-1. A little mix-up here as the Braden Armstrong, the catcher, heads back, has a little conversation with Zaire. Ziare. Oh.
The ERA is what I want to see.
Mike with the dad joke coming through.
So, hey, when in doubt.
Oh my gosh! If you missed it, that's on you. Stolen base, swung on, fouled. Oh goodness! Chance Acord has to head back as Preston Cotter takes a hack and
now Preston, stay out of the box. Let Chance get back to first base. Let him get his breath.
All right. So with that. Runners at the corner still. 1-2 count here for Cotter. Most likely a breaking ball. Let's see if Cotter can time it out. Up top. Didn't move. And Acord didn't go. That would have been the perfect pitch to go, actually, of all the pitches.
Not quite sure why we didn't go there.
All right, so it moves the count 2-2. Acord's like, I'm not going now. You guys have messed with me. Deuce is on the board, 2-2-2. Runner goes. That's outside for ball 3. We do finally have a chance. Acord stolen base.
Defensive indifference.
All right, so you're not going to count that as a stolen base?
No, there's no throw. They let him have it.
Oh, my gosh, Mike. All right, 3-2, full count. And, hey, Preston Cotter sat on that one, did a great job. So good work. He's going to get his pitch now, full count with Derek Shaline on deck for the Wildcats. Wildcats runners at second and third trying to add to this lead. They've added one here in the fourth. Pitch. They're going to say check swing. They're going to have. He can't call it, so he can't do it. And so thanks to my man Derek Shaline or Mike Shaline teaching me the rules. Field ump at 2 can't make that call in the check swing.
Can only do it down here.
Umpire has no call, so that'll be a walk as that one hit the dirt. So Preston Cotter with back-to-back walks on base for the third time today with Derek Shaline up to bat with bases loaded.
Get to extension, son.
That's outside for ball 1. So with 2 outs, the Wildcats will 2-out rally. And I'm telling you what, the Tigers outfield has been trouble for Coach Griggs today. Big hit, right side. He's got a chance. Right fielder will be under it. It'll be out number 3. So good contact there by Derek Shaline. He'll get that one squared up. But guess what? Wildcats strand 3. They do get 1, and they go to the top of 5, up 3-0. Hang tight. Be right back right after this.
Prior.
Yeah, that's some sort of outdoor concert with.
That's Rocklahoma and Prior has Rocklahoma, but
no, but they also have. All right, welcome back. Cashion, Oklahoma, top of 5. It's been a quick game. What is this, like a 30-minute game thus far? Feels like it, 45 minutes. We've moved to top of 5. Wildcats up 3-0. Give credit to the Wildcat bats. They've gotten hot. Brody Nichols with a leadoff hit and a run. Atkinson is able to bring him around. And Nababi with the sack moves runners to second and third. And it was Frazee hit to right field on an error. That scores a run. Wildcats did strand 3, though. And lead 3-0 here as we move to top of 5.
Man, last inning, Cooper, ultra efficient, 8 pitches.
That's pretty good.
Yep, so through 4 innings pitched, 39, you're under 10 an inning. That's pretty impressive.
When are we going to get that pitch count clock and the radar on our scoreboard? When's that going to happen? We need Dirk to donate some money so we can get that up on the scoreboard. Like a little, we just need a home pitch count.
I'll have to make some phone calls on that because last time I looked at my checking account, that's not happening.
That's not all right.
So we did talk to the folks that was Pioneer. I think we've mentioned this before. They have it out there on out beside their scoreboard, and they said it's not for them. It's for every opposing pitcher that wants to go out there and look and see what they're throwing every time and overthrow, and they know they get 2 extra walks a game because of that pitch count out there.
No Pioneer.
Pitch speed out there.
Base hit there by number 25, Armstrong, the catcher. There's been 1 hit given up prior to that, and that was to him. So he's been the offense here for Coach Griggs and the Tigers. He'll have a courtesy runner for him, and that's going to be number 5 again. That's going to be J.D. Riley, who was stranded at third base back in the second inning. And they'll bring up the right-hander here. That's pitcher Laven Zier. Had a sack. Moved pinch runner to second base. See if the Wildcats can get a move here at first base, see what happens. Fastball swung, chopped straight up. Acord's got a chance at a double play. Yes, sir! Yes! Wildcats turned two twice today already. First time was a Cotter to Nichols throw to Schlein. This time it's a nice little line out to Chance Acord. Gets J.D. Riley running. He needs to freeze on that one.
I mean, Riley's been hung out on the double play twice when he's gone on base. So,
all right, so that'll bring up with 2 outs. Ace Ellington, the first baseman. Ace in the second inning had a K. Let's see if the Wildcats can get that turned around here. That's going to be
going to go with a car over there.
Left side. Watch out for the Bronco.
Ooh, you see the big bounce, so that missed a car.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Oof. Oof. So that'll be strike one here. Again, 2 outs. Wildcats have turned about 5 double plays this year.
That's good.
One of them wasn't so pretty with Nababi at second base, but we'll take it. Inside pitch for ball 1. So Cooper Frazee, how many has he pitched thus far? 4? Is that 4 or 5?
Inning, let's see. We're at pitch number 44. So that was the 5th pitch of the inning.
Breaking ball.
There's number 6.
Off the table. Very nice. So moves the count to 1-2 here with 2 outs against the big lefty number 20, Ace Ellington. He's made some good plays today for the Tigers. Check swing.
There it is.
Strike 3.
So 8 pitches last inning, 7 pitches this inning. Wow.
8 pitches the 2 innings prior to that.
So we're in
moving right along.
We're in five innings for the Tigers. If I can do my math right, that's 15 at bats. So
there you go.
Cooper Frazee doing work.
He is. So through 5 innings, 15. That is the minimum.
It's a good heads-up play by Chance. I heard a couple kids talking too. Go one. So some good communication going on too.
All right. So Wildcats put another bagel or donut. You probably like donuts over bagels, Dirk, right? Mike, are you a donut or a bagel guy?
I'm a donut guy. Sorry, I'm fat. I'm a donut guy.
Yeah.
Cinnamon and raisin bagels over donuts any day.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So we'll go bagel. We'll go bagel on the 5th inning. Okay. Another one. That's 5 bagels for Cooper Frazee and the Cashion defense. As we move to bottom of 5 for the Wildcats, it's looks like it's going to be Gump, Gibson, and Nichols for the Wildcats. 5, 6, 7. No better than Carson Gump. He had a K backwards variety in the first, but came back with a huge hit. Scored 2 runs in the 3rd inning. Let's see if the sophomore can stay hot.
Guess who's leading off?
There you go.
Yeah, that's why I was talking about Carson Gump. What do you think? I'm just talking about Carson Gump because he's my relative or something? Big shout out to the Gump family. I know they sponsor a lot of weekend nights.
You wish you were part of the Gump family. They would have put a little size into the family.
Absolutely. They've got a couple big sectionals. I've seen some pictures of
I can imagine.
A few of the boys out there hanging out at the Gump compound. All right. What class is Union City? They're Class A.
You were talking about having mounts on next to you at a bar fight. I think I'd take Carson's dad.
There's a few guys. Yeah, him and Brandon Cotter would be another.
Yeah, there you go.
That was my MO in college. I always found the 6'5", 250, 260 guys to hang out with and befriend. Carson Gump takes first pitch, ball 1, 1-0. Big shout out to Brooke Schlein and Kate Nababi doing a little PA work here. So it's a family affair up here in the palatial press box of Lance Beitler Field. Down low for 2-0. Good at bat thus far for Gump, and he's been patient.
He's been patient. He has a plan when he comes to the plate, so that's what I like to see. He's got a little bit of confidence that's gone throughout the season. So
that's outside for ball 3. Dirty 30 for my man Carson Gump, which means auto take. If you're watching at home, you want to steal that sign, you can. Pretty simple. 3-0, and 99.5% of the time, it's strike.
There it is.
There should be a money line on that because I would be a gajillionaire. Me and Jeff Bezos would be dealing right now. 3-1 now for Gump. Green light for the sophomore. Inside pitch, ball 4. And we'll have another walk as the Wildcats have a leadoff runner at first base.
I bet Carson's catching some chat in the dugout with I'm not sure where his gray pants are, but he's wearing the white ones
it's
tonight.
A little off. It's much whiter.
It's what happens. You grab what's on the floor.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I have a text from Courtney Chambers, one of the best math teachers and softball coaches you'll find around. Dirk makes the best breakfast sandwiches, so no need for a bagel.
Yeah.
Right? Gavin brought a few, I guess, to grease up the wheels there in math class.
Yeah, those sandwiches got my kids through math. I can promise you.
Awesome.
Runner at first is Gump up to bat. Hunter Gibson, the junior, takes first pitch on the corner, strike one. And again, credit to the pace or plate ump, as he's been pretty consistent with that call all day. No outs for the Wildcats here, trying to add to their 3-0 lead.
Courtney, we hear you. I'll see what I can get done this week.
All right,
for
that was hint. Gets fastball a little bit inside closer for a strike two. So give credit to Zaire. He's worked back, getting out ahead 0-2 against Gibson. Gibson's had a pop and a ground out on the day, looking to get a base hit. That one will go in the turf for ball one. Gump not going anywhere. Big shout out again. We love all of our coaches and teachers here in Cashion, and love that they're watching and listening and supporting each other.
Got some good ones, that's for sure.
Big hit deep, center
well
field, back, has a chance. At the warning track, one hopper, Carson Gump Holland. Coming around third, Hunter Gibson will hold up at second wisely, and that'll be an RBI stand-up double for that junior.
Woo! We've been charging to that thing. I mean, when you see the center fielder going back as hard as he was, you knew it was over his head. So, great job with 2 strikes.
And Hunter Gibson adding to his total. He's got 9 RBIs. He's got 10 now. So, nice work there as the Wildcats add. And we'll have a coaching visit as Coach Ludi Griggs going to have a little condo. And we may have, yes, we do. We're going to have a pitching change. So, the Wildcats doing damage here in 3, 4, and 5. And we'll have a pitching change. You guys want to keep it here? We're going to go timeout.
It's up to you.
Dirk, you got something to talk about? You want to talk about bagel sandwiches? I didn't realize.
Well, I was going to go back to Carson and his at bat where he didn't chase. He's patient at the plate, and he didn't try to force anything. Takes the walk, and it pays off with Hunter with the big double.
So Zaire was at 98 pitches.
Okay.
So.
All right, looks like number 2's coming out here for the.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the zone has shrunk a little bit compared to where it was the first 2 innings.
A little more pure.
Yeah.
So I think this is an outfielder. We don't have numbers on the number. Oh, I'm sorry. We do have numbers. I apologize. Number 2, that is Rocky Carroll. That is the shortstop will be coming in. So most likely they're number 2 pitcher.
Could be related to Mike.
Yep. So no, not that I'm aware of, but yes, a Carroll. We have Carrolls in our family, so Rita and Wiley down there on county line for sure.
Let me tell you something. If you run into a Nabavi in Oklahoma, it's in Cashion, Oklahoma. Just gonna put that one out there. That's where that. Now, if you go to Southern California or San Francisco or Chicago or New York, Paris, London, maybe.
So I guess you know of all the possible kids out there that
they're out. Yeah. So
if
you run into don't be 23 and me.
So are those?
No, we're good. I know for a fact. Don't you get me in trouble.
I could go a lot of ways with that one, and I won't.
Yeah. Good for you all. God bless. This is a family affair here on Cashion Wildcats. We appreciate you guys joining us. Can't do it without you and our fantastic sponsors. Again, free of charge. If you want to be a sponsor and advertiser, it might be a little too late now here in 2023. But definitely get signed up. Go to the website, cashionwildcats.tv. Mike and I and Dirk don't get paid to do this, but if you want to buy us a hot dog, we'll take it. Otherwise, make sure and go get yourself signed up. There's a lot of different options to advertise. It helps pay for equipment. It pays for what's going on here in Cashion Wildcats TV and keeps us, again, free of charge for all you fine folks to watch from Washington to Alaska to Puerto Rico, Guatemala, Spain, France, wherever else. We've had people in South Korea.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The Green family had somebody stationed in the military watching some football out in South Korea. So, all right. So, Brody Nichols, the freshman, back up.
He's had a good game defensively.
Oh, great bunt. Great bunt
decent bunt right there.
Team dig.
That'll be a sack that moves over the pinch runner, number 6. So, we do have a number 6. Is that Justin Sylvester? I think it is. Freshman in there running. So, good to see that. So, Brody Nichols with a little sack. And that will bring up out number 1, but that does put a runner at third base with Parker Atkinson up to bat. Parker had that huge hit in the 4th inning, so let's see if we can keep that going.
Hey, we've executed 2 bunts pretty nice tonight.
Absolutely.
Those guys have made it look pretty easy, and it is not an easy thing to do.
Parker steers that one, strike 1. But again, Parker being patient here. I like it. So 0-1 here for the junior. Runner at third base is pinch runner Justin Sylvester, who came in for Hunter Gibson. Takes that outside pitch, strike 2. On deck is Nathan Abavi, the junior catcher. What do we see out of this new pitcher here, Rocky Carroll?
Got something, Dirk. Sorry, I was doing game changer. I didn't see anything. So.
Well, he gets the K there.
He's
Not a big change in
efficient,
velocity. Looks like curveball, fastball. And haven't seen a changeup yet. But.
All right, so bunts off here for Nabavi. He's going to have to take a hack here or get a walk or hit by pitch. He's done that a few times. 2 outs, outside pitch. No.
Oh, that's on the. I'm literally right over the outside batter's box line. I mean, the inner batter's box line, the other one, and that's exactly where it came over.
What are you going to do? All right, so Wildcats, or Nabavi here falls quickly down 0-1 on a tough pitch. As they say, Nacho Peach. Runner at third is Justin Sylvester, the freshman. Nathan, watching that one, son. 0-2, he may not get another one like that. So 0-2 as he double guesses himself. Just swing the bat. Have fun. 0-2, 2 outs. Base hit anywhere in the grass will score a run. Outside. Thankfully, is not called strike. What are they ranked? They're ranked 18th. Get some text questions here. I love the work that we're doing up here. 1-2 for Nabavi. 2 outs. Runner at third. Outside in the dirt or in the turf for 2-2. Nabavi's going to somehow work his magic here. Wave that gold wand to try to draw a walk here. He's got to be expecting a fastball here at some point. Maybe not this pitch, but got to be ready. 2-2. 2 outs. Runner at 3. Wildcats trying to add to this lead. Takes a hack. Strikeout. Number 2 for Nabavi. Out number 3. But not after the Wildcats put another on the board and take the lead 4-0 as we move to top of 6. Be right back right after this. All right, welcome back, Cashion Wildcats TV. Wildcats up 4-0 as we move to top of 6. Wildcats thus far doing a defensive gem as Cooper Frazee on the mound has thrown about 4 pitches. He's given up a couple hits, but most importantly, no runs. We got a little Caroline here, Sweet Caroline, with my man Neil Diamond. You ever seen Neil Diamond in concert?
I actually have.
It's fantastic.
Really?
He's a showman.
I took.
So I'm in Vegas.
I took my mom last time he was in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
So
dude's still dealing all that plastic surgery and everything, still
Yes,
belting it out,
man.
man. He's like 157 years old, I
I
think.
want to say he's definitely in his 80s, right?
It's all that good living.
All right.
But you know, if you've been an entertainer your whole life, I mean, I can't imagine just sitting back.
Oh, right.
Unless you're Adam Sandler, that dude could probably sit back. All right, Wildcats again moved to top of 6, holding on to a 4-0 lead. As we cut a little Neil Diamond, that was nice to hear him. But as we move now, it looks like it will be 7, 8, 9 for the Union City Tigers. They're down their last 6 outs. Dalton Stout, Bryson Bilyeu, and Colton Dempsey here. Right-hander Stout up to bat. Last time was a backwards K. We'll chop 3. We'll go foul for strike 1. Well ahead of that one. Little, is that a changeup? What that little motion? It'll work on that one. It didn't look like a fastball from Cooper.
He took a little bit off of that one.
There was nothing off on that one. So that one was up top, though, for ball 1. 1-1. This duo here of Nabavi and Frazee has been pretty good thus far this year. Inside for ball 2.
So last 2 pitches, 80 and 79. So
yeah, like to see that from Cooper. See what happens here. 2-1. Right inside. Fantastic pitch. 2-2.
great breaking ball. So if you're seeing 79 followed by 59, so
2-2. No outs here as we top of 6, lead off. That one goes right off the plate, rolls back to the backstop. We do have a shallow backstop, but not as shallow believe it or not, at some of the parks that we visited this year.
Right?
There's been some where you can reach back out and grab it off the wall.
Calumet.
Yeah, Calumet is one
for
of
sure.
them. Full count. Breaking
There
ball.
it
Gets
is.
the corner. Oh. Just missed. It was on the plate. It must have just been low. I would have rung him up just because.
You know how short the backstop is in Calumet? The umpires can hear you. That's how short it is.
Mike, they can hear you anyway.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so we do have a leadoff walk here for the Tigers. That brings up Bryson Billieu, the left fielder, takes first pitch strike.
Man, that one had a little extra juice on it.
It did. I think he was a little upset.
I think he was.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a 4-run lead here. Just let's live with that fastball here.
He says, I will oblige, Coach Fippen. You had a chance to coach Frazee, played a lot up with some of the Gavin and Nick and those older
when
boys.
he was young, 2 years younger than these guys. I remember the first time we threw him out there, he looked at me like I was crazy, and so did his mother. And I'm like, he's going to be fine. And he was just fine.
Yeah.
But Cooper, when he was that age and had a strong arm back then. And
that was fun. That was it. You took those boys all over the state. It was fun to watch them. You even had Camden Maroney playing on that team as well.
Yep.
But, again, locked in with your boy Gavin, Nick. You had Ben Harmon, Joey Wilson, Jace Evans.
Had basically that whole bunch that graduated last year and filter in a couple of these guys. And it's a good bunch. Won a lot of games.
They did in all three sports. All right, so that one rolls off. Foul tip. Nabavi was unable to snap that one. And so that moves the count to 1-2. Runner at first is Dalton Stout, the second baseman.
The last 3 innings, they haven't been able to touch his fastball.
No.
Just, like I said, you got a 4-run lead here.
Go to 1, not in time, but good work there. Not much of a lead there for Stout. Derek Shaline, man in the corner over there for the Wildcats, keeping the base runner honest. 1-2. Breaks it in.
Nice.
Delicious. Cooper Frazee dealing. That'll be out number 1. That's K number whatever, 5 bajillion. Let's see what we have on the day. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts. That'll bring up 9-hole hitter Colton Dempsey, the right fielder, inside right in the spot that's been called strike all day. Doesn't get it. So that'll be ball 1. Fastball swung.
There it is.
He just kind of threw his bat out there, hoping for
He
something.
might have been guessing on that one.
Yeah. Comes back inside, almost gets it. Again, you guys have said it. Again, the zone has definitely come back to normal.
I feel like he's squeezed it a little bit compared to where. I mean, first 2 innings, ball on the paint or the chalk or the paint in this case was a strike.
Right off the glove of Nabavi. Runner goes. Nabavi takes a peek. Off his glove, unfortunate. He knows it.
Well, I really thought that would have been. Oh, even Coach asked, hey, would that have been a strike? And he says, probably. So there's the unwritten rule if you don't catch it. So
the double hit, the double whammy there. So 3-1. Runner at 2 now for Tigers. That one's chopped foul, so full count. Look like I think Nabavi had his eyes up. Fastball chopped to 1. Runner goes to 3. It'll be a touch. No throw. So that'll advance a runner to third base. And that'll bring up 2 outs for the Tigers. So they're down to the last 4 with leadoff Rocky Carroll now pitching for the Tigers. Carroll on the day reached on error in the first and lined out to Chance Acord. Well-struck ball, so the Wildcats need to expect something strong here. I think Cooper can stay away if he needs to. Nabavi all over that one with a great block. Keeps the runner at 3, 1-0. Wildcats hanging on to a 4-0 lead here, top of 6. Wildcats scoring 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. got a chance. Cooper Frazee was looking for it. He says, oh, let me fix my hair and get back to the mound. So that'll be foul ball. Moves the count to 1-1.
Surprised that leaked as far foul to the right with the wind kind of blowing the opposite direction. So
yeah, and in fact it's still as strong. It's shifted a little bit more to left field. 1-1, 2 outs. Gets the corner, great pitch, great spot. 1-2 here. Frazee looking to get his 7th K of the game. Runner at third is Dalton Stout. Reached on a walk. Look at a miss.
Yeah, I like that. Cooper right there just reared back and said, see if you can hit this.
Right.
Threw that ball 82, 83 right there probably and just blew it by him.
All right, so they don't go down 1, 2, and 3. They go down 1, 2, 3, 4. Still a bagel, a donut, whatever you want to call it. Empty pizza on the board there. 4-0. Wildcats move to bottom of 6. Be right back right after this.
Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree is dedicated to championing our clients through complicated and challenging litigations. We pride ourselves on a proven track record of success brought forth by fierce litigation skills. The lawyers and staff of our firm are dedicated to effective and personalized representation for every client who entrusts our service. Uncompromising integrity, unparalleled results. Call Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree, 405-232-1211.
All right, welcome back. Cashion Wildcat Baseball live from Beitler Field in Cashion, Oklahoma, where your 8th-ranked Cashion Wildcats in 2A taking on the number 18th-ranked Class A Union City Tigers. Wildcats coming in 13-4, Tigers coming in 11-3, and it's been Wildcats by a little, 4-0 here as we move to bottom of 6. Appreciate you guys joining us. Neiman Abavi, Mike Shaline, and Dirk Fippen bringing you tonight's action. It'll just be one game tonight, says the Union City will have to get on the bus. They did bring their junior hires out here, and their freshmen lost to our 7th and 8th graders today, 5-4. So Wildcat varsity looking to make it a 2-0 day. Mike and Dirk, what do you think so far? What's the story for the Wildcats as Cooper Frazee comes up to bat?
The story was you were fooled the first time around, and second time around you kind of found it a little bit, enough to knock the starter out. So now you got to see what you can do against this guy and see if you can add a few more runs.
Yeah, I think exactly what Mike said, and then you throw on top of that some timely hitting, and then Cooper, 3rd, 4th, 5th inning, and right there just it's been unhittable. To me, that's the story.
And give credit to Rocky Carroll. He's come in and drew a sack and a couple strikeouts. Cooper Frazee looks like it's going to work left center. Center fielder will come up and make the catch. So that'll be out number 1. So with that, Chance Acord will come up to bat. Chance on the day, 3 at-bats, 3 walks. He's got 1 run to add to his total. He does lead the team in runs up to now 24.
So. Well, one thing about this kid compared to the tall kid, the kid that threw the first couple innings, big tall
Zaire.
Kid, ball's coming down, really coming downhill off the mound, big tall kid over the top. This kid's a little bit more flatter. Don't be surprised if you see some of our power hitters just – I think Cooper would like to have that last one back. Right. He got just underneath that, but don't be surprised if you see one get out of here this inning.
Quickly down 0-2 is Chance Acord. Outside for ball 1, so expected something low and away there out ahead 0-2. See if they get Acord to chase. He does not. So with 1 out, Wildcats trying to get a base runner here in the bottom of 6.
Oh.
Inside pitch broke in. Acord was waiting for it. Just couldn't hang on long enough. So that goes foul. Count stays 1-2. Again, appreciate you guys joining us. A great crowd out here today. A ton of maroon and gold. Wildcats love their baseball. Acord will hit that one foul deep left side. Do not hit a car. Oh, my gosh.
Did it just tag?
Oh, my. Literally right next to that Suburban that came in to drop somebody off. It almost hit somebody walking through the park. You gotta be aware when you're out there on that left side.
For sure.
All right, so count stays 1-2. Acord with the delivery, hanging Breaking ball is going to work left side. They
Ball's
got a
gonna
bunch of
drop
guys
down the line.
chasing. It will drop between 3 Tigers. Throw it 2. Is it in time? It is. Acord getting greedy on the extra base. He's got the speed. But it was a great throw in from the left field into second baseman, number 4, Dalton Stout. And he'll have the back scrape tag for out number 2. And that'll bring up Preston Cotter. Wildcats still looking to add to this 4-0 lead.
Mike, have you ever heard of a back scrape tag?
Yeah, I'm making stuff up.
Other than just hearing that?
Hey,
it's something new.
It's an adventure.
All these kids are learning something new. The game's evolving.
The ball is a rocket. Nice play by the shortstop.
Shortstop coming in. That was Zaire.
Cotter hit that one on the screws.
If that was Rocky Carroll, that one's a base hit. But the taller Zaire who was replaced goes out to short. We'll get a couple taps and a little smile for him for out 3. So the Wildcats go down 1, 2, and 3 as we move to top of 7. Last breath here for the Tigers. Wildcats up 4-0. We'll go to timeout. Be right back right after this.
Founded by Jesse and Amy McCracken, Rural Pest Solutions is a Cashion-based, family-owned and operated company. Our focus is on providing the highest level of customer service while effectively treating many common invaders, including spiders, ants, roaches, mice, mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and termites. Flexible scheduling and superior customer service are our top priority. Call us today to schedule your appointment. 405-283-6565.
Okay, top of 7. Wildcats looking to improve to 14-4. They need 3 more outs here against the visiting Union City Tigers. Appreciate you guys joining us here from Lance Beitler Field in Cashion, Oklahoma. Neiman Abavi, Mike Shaline, Dirk Fippen bringing in today's action as the 8th-ranked Wildcats taking on the 18th-ranked Union City Tigers. Cooper Frazee looking for a complete game.
Last call for the Tigers right here.
Yes, it is.
So Cooper Frazee on the day, he's given up a couple hits. 1 walk, has had an error in the field by the Wildcat defense, but has 7 Ks and has been absolutely efficient these last few innings. All right, so for the Tigers, they'll go 2, 3, and 4. Tyler Norton, Carson Biffle, and Braden Armstrong. I'll get that first pitch strike.
There you go.
So you know what? He's been consistent with that. So again, talked about how the zone's kind of bounce back a little bit every once in a while. We'll get one of those. Check swing. Let's see Nathan Nababi asking for it. He'll say safe. Nababi quick on the point. Says, come on, help my man out.
He's got a date. He's got to be somewhere.
He got no date. He's got a date with a chemistry test tomorrow. 1-1. Breaking ball. That one will go foul third base. So good work there by number 8. Jammed him up a little bit there. Was able to get a piece of that one. We'll move the count to 1-2. Bobby going to go out and have a conversation. I think he has to catch a breath because Cooper Frazee literally is the Tasmanian devil of all pitchers out there. He gets.
Who do you have this? I got number 9.
What's that?
Yeah, so this 4-hole. Yeah, 9. Number 9.
Keep thinking Nathan's looking up here. I wonder if this is probably one of the later games we played. Are the lights a problem in here for anybody? So.
Oh,
man.
Oh, Doug got asking for it. Like, where was it? So 2-2. I believe this is this not Tyler Norton?
I have this being Tyler Norton.
Yes.
Am I looking at the wrong? What card's this?
That's ours.
I know
that's
that.
the Cashion.
Oh, this is okay. He's got everybody on
this is theirs.
Don't need that anymore.
Inside.
Unless they score 4, I don't.
Runs that one in across Norton's chin, so that moves the count to full 3-2. Again, Norton the leadoff here, the bottom or top of 7. Frazee with the delivery that's down low for ball 1. So lead off with a walk. And that'll bring up third baseman Carson Biffle. Carson on the day popped, I believe, or had that double play in the first inning and struck out in the 4th. So we'll have a little visit here from Coach Jay. What's he going to tell Cooper right now?
They haven't hit your fastball today.
Right.
That's what I'm telling him.
Are you saying anything, or is it just like joke of the day, just kind of calm the nerves or whatever, just kind of give him a chance to take a breath?
Here's a funny one for you. So Gavin, a couple of weeks ago, was out there and he's getting lit. I mean, just getting lit. Can't throw strikes. When he does, they're getting launched. And coach goes out. Kid in the bullpen just gets started. So coach walks out to the mound and says, we're just going to stand here in some uncomfortable silence while the bullpen gets warm. So
awesome. I love it. I love it. It's comedy.
All right, so as we reset, Coach Jay heads back to the bucket, or the chair, I should say, next to Coach Mounts. And we'll have a conversation here. Runner at 1 is Norton Biffle up to bat, third baseman, right-hander.
They have one hit. Do they have one hit?
One hit. Two hits. Both by the catcher, Braden Armstrong, who's on deck right now. 2
hits, and we have 1 error, and we got out of the double play right after the error.
Yeah,
so.
I know this. I know we got a 4-0 lead, but this is a big out with their tonight been their best hitter on deck.
Breaking ball drops
nice
in.
Pitch.
Fantastic pitch there for Cooper Frazee. Junior gets ahead 0-2.
Hey, I looked it up today. What do you think the percent is of the leadoff getting on first base that scores in Major League Baseball?
In Major League Baseball.
In Major League, but obviously the high school, I think it would be probably a higher number.
Probably a higher number.
Are we just throwing guesses out there? I'll say 35%.
No, it's higher than that.
Okay.
I'm going to say 51%.
It's actually 37%.
Yeah, that's a lot lower than I thought.
I think Major League Baseball.
It's Major League Baseball. Yeah, true. I wonder what it is in the college game.
Oh,
nice.
Cooper Frazee with the K. That's his 8th of the day. Absolutely paints it. Sends Norton back to the dugout, Biffle back with the backwards K. That's out number 1, and that brings up the guy for the Tigers. He's been the man of the hour for them, Braden Armstrong, the catcher. He had a hit in the 2nd and a hit in the 5th. And Wildcats will have to remember that as the big lefty comes up to bat. Oh. Did he call it?
He did not.
Okay.
If the sun was up, it would be a strike.
Well, yes. So, all right, 1-0, 1 out. It wasn't a strike, but based on his zone, today. All right, we love our umpires. 1-0, 1 out, runner at 1. Back pick has a chance. Oh, Derek knew he had a chance there.
Hey, shout out to Joey Wilson. Derek said, I've been really working hard on my tags. I'm trying to make them as hard as I physically can. So, little Joey Wilson action. Like, if you're going to coming in head first, getting off that far, you're at least going to remember it. So.
You want to talk about a kid leaving absolutely everything on the field at any single situation? That was Joey Wilson. Throw down at 1, has a chance. They're going to say safe. Ooh, that was close. Great spot there. Great dig and glove there by Derek Shaline.
I had a chance to catch up with Joey here about a week ago.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I ran into him at one of the OSU baseball games. And
up top there, Nababi has to chase that one for ball 2. It's amazing how back in shape and skinny the Wilson boys get once they get to college. It's like their metabolism kicks back in. And
right.
Yeah, I ran into him and Mason both up there. And
gets the corner there, so strike 1. 2-1.
How good was Joe at first base?
I loved him. Loved him.
Yeah,
I just loved his attitude. I loved everything about Joe. I loved all parts of his game. Sometimes it got him in trouble, like in the Empo game. Bobby trying to work that back.
He was just so good over there. If you were an infielder, you knew if you just got it close,
right,
he was going to dig it and make a play.
Yeah, he got those splits down.
Yep.
Had a good reach. 3-1 here. Cooper, don't lose him.
Up.
So that one's up top. So with the walk, that will move runners to first and second.
That's Cooper's 81st pitch. And if you're 51 of those were strikes, 30 balls. So I'm sure he's going for the complete game, but you have to dig down and find a little extra energy here.
All right, coming up is 5-hole hitter Laban Zier.
Yeah, just challenge him here. I mean, you got the tie and run on deck here.
There it is.
You know, I don't mind what he did with Armstrong, right? He stayed away from the zone.
No, that's smart, man. I mean, smart move. I'm sure that kid's hit some.
For sure.
He has the only 2 hits for him.
Yes.
0-1 here against Zaire. Runners at first and second. Breaking ball had a chance. 1-1. Got a text here from Matt Stimke. Braden's going to have surgery on his shoulder, so on Monday at noon. So
Which
blessings
shoulder?
and prayers for him.
Which shoulder?
Braden Stimke's doing a
Which
wheel.
shoulder?
It's got a chance. Oh!
Just back in time.
Field ump called it too fast.
Do we know what shoulder he's?
It's his throwing shoulder, so it'll be his right shoulder. So he'll be. I think his base running days will be over, I believe, this season. But big shout out to Braden. And
yeah, I hate to hear that. I've been able to work with him the last 3 years, and
little foul ball in the box there.
I think Cooper bailed out a little bit there. Zaire took a hack at that one. That'll go foul off his hip. So 1-2 for Cooper Frazee taking on Laven Zier. Zier with a sack in the second, and I believe a ground out in the first, or in the fifth line out.
It's stopped by Nabavi. Setting up another 2-2 opportunity for Cooper. Give him the chair here, son.
Up and in.
That one's chopped foul, so Zier staying alive. Big right-hander. Two, 1 out. Runners at first and second. Delivery. Swung and miss. Strikeout number 9 on the day for Cooper Frazee.
That's what you like, and 1 out away.
So Ace Ellington, the first baseman, had a K in the second and a K in the fifth. Can he go for the trifecta today with Cooper Frazee?
We shall see.
Ooh,
there it is.
Great spot. Gets the
was
call.
Great speed right there, too, even through the end of the 7th.
0-1, so first pitch strike against the big lefty, Ace Ellington. Breaking ball. Dealing. Cooper Frazee out ahead quickly, 0-2. And the Tigers down to their last out.
Stand on your feet, Wildcat fans.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so. They're not hearing me.
No. 0-2, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Outside for ball 1.
Still throwing. That one was 79, still in the 7th.
Goodness gracious. What does Cooper project? Pitcher, outfielder, maybe next level?
Yeah, I mean, there's an opportunity for him for sure.
1-2, 2 outs. Swing and miss, and that's ball game. Cooper Frazee with strikeout number 10, out number 3, and the Wildcats moved to 14-4 with a 4-0 victory over the visiting Union City Tigers. So nice win on a Monday night after a busy weekend.
There you go. Hey, just adding to the win total there.
Enjoyed it, boys. Thanks for letting me jump in here with you. It's a beautiful day for this.
Oh,
There's
always,
no way I was
Dirk.
sitting at home.
So I don't know if we have any final stats, but the Wildcats moved to 4. I'm not telling you to look. I know you got music too going on. No worries. No.
I'm just playing a little Cool in the Gang celebration.
Cool in the Gang. That's my favorite way to end a Thunder game, but definitely a Wildcat game.
Pretty
here.
clear what the story is. I mean, Gump's got the winning RBI, big hit there, timely hit from him, and then Cooper, second inning through the 7th, just settled in, and the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, what do you have?
We're going to give you stats. I mean, I
19 pitches, which is crazy. But he settled in nicely, and some good timely hitting there. And
yeah, I mean, 91 pitches, 58 of those strikes. That's well over a 60% clip. 10 strikeouts.
Just spits them out.
That's crazy.
The stats are. This guy's like push a button and bam.
Well, I mean that's what happens, and I know Mike and I came in. I know that was part of our deal with softball this year. We're trying to catch up, and it's hard because there's been a few games that Mike hasn't been able to attend, and so we've reached out to find folks. Mike, you've reached out to Terrell Frazee. He's kind of helped out.
Yep.
Mike's also gone back because he's a firstborn neurotic person. He goes back and rewatches the game and goes ahead and scores it as well. But we are blessed to have Mike on Game Changer, and we're thankful that Coach Mounts has kind of trusted Mike and me a little bit to kind of be a part of that. And
for sure. Thank you.
It kind of helps out with the process. And these kids, they like knowing their stats as well. It's always a good day when you're going to, summer ball and doing stuff at some of these showcases to be able to tout and understand what your stats are going in. Yep. So it's definitely a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a numbers game. The numbers matter. They're huge. But you're right. It is important for these kids to know what they're doing. I mean,
and one of the reasons I wanted to do it is there's postseason awards that are out there, and it's nice to have some accurate stats to be able to turn in for some of those accolades. So.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so our umpires are coming back in. Well, we won't shoo them out. They did a good job since the Wildcats got a win. Always big thanks. We don't always agree with our umpires here on Homer Television for the Wildcats, but always thankful for them coming out because we can't have the game. But, guys, you mentioned Carson Gump and the hit. Mike, you mentioned all the great numbers for Cooper Frazee. Wildcats come back tomorrow night. They'll be taking on OCA. OCA's kind of in a rebuilding scenario. We might see some younger pitchers tomorrow.
That's possible.
Possible, right? Maybe some guys that haven't had a whole lot of varsity innings. But Wildcats have that one. Mike, just a quick summary. What's happening this weekend as the Wildcats are having a lot of baseball? I want to make sure folks come out this weekend here to Lance Beitler Field.
Well, first of all, tomorrow I think you'll see maybe somebody that doesn't get to pitch a lot pitch tomorrow because we're going to save our arms for this weekend. You'll have technically Cashion scheduled to go at 6:30 against Verdon on Thursday. If you win, you get another 6:30 game against either Alva or Dibble on Friday night. And then if you win that game, you're setting yourself up for a 6:30 game on Saturday night. So please tune in. Actually, come out to the ballpark.
Please come out. Yes.
Come out and support this tournament. Honor a great kid in Brexton Green. Come out to Lance Beitler Field. Cheer on the boys. And if you can't make it, if you're out of state, whatever, tune in to Cashion Wildcat TV and we'll bring it all to you.
I love it. All right, so I'm Neiman Ababi for my man Mike Shaline and Dirk Fippen. We appreciate you guys joining us tonight as the Wildcats again move to 14-4. Get another ranked victory against Union City Tigers, Class A number 18. And we'll be back here tomorrow night. So thank you guys for joining us. Go Cats and God bless.